Let's see. A 100%, yeah? Okay. Oh, I turned all the sound up, didn't I? Hold on. Hold. There we go. Bit lower. Close. Can't close the menu. Almost there. Okay. What we don't want to do is overpull. I am this mark. Fantastic. Who pulled that? Otherwise, Crusher will get unironically mad at me. We don't want Crusher getting angry. My name is Mark. I haven't seen any things yet. I bet my Interrupt WeakAuras is no longer working correctly because Evokers have a new one. I haven't learned the best route in here, so I'm not even going to pretend I know where it is. Fury Warrior needs to represent. Let's go here, I guess. Who did we lose? Our Rogue. You must have liked my route. It's the end of days. Didn't like my route. Yeah, the route. Maybe this because this dungeon's a little long. Could be that as well. This WeakAuras is for all Dragonflight dungeons. So it should be fine. Did they not free the guy at the beach? We're only on 2 out of 5. Did they not release the guy at the beach? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, they did. Which one did they miss? They did do that one. Was it the starting one? What? Why are we only at 2? Maybe because of the UI? No point in me showing this WeakAuras yet. I haven't tested it. It won't be active until we pull a boss. He died? Oh no. Fortunate. Is this going to go up to 3 now? If not, then this is 5, right? And we're done. Now it's a 3. What the fuck? Can I not count? We'd have done 4. Somebody clicked them. I've been back and checked the cages. They're not lit up. I must be like blacking out or something. Oh, you're saying this dungeon's not getting an M+ version? Oh, I see. So is it not included in that pack? I haven't got the website open. No, it's not. Okay. Man, ditching the group feels kind of chody, though. Shit. Yeah. FML. MF keys. This aura's... Do we still use exclam keys? Be the Warcraft player you want to be? I don't even get commended, though. This really is crucially a waste of my time. Alright. Whatever. You'll get a primal, though. Yay. The thing is... you know what the honest reality is? What would I... Oh, it has got stuff! Shut the fuck up! It's got something. I don't know what it's supposed to be telling me. It's the Earthbolt cast. Okay. Alright, now it's Got Blade Storm and Fixate. That's really unhelpful. I don't like this WeakAura. That is not helpful. The man has Bloodlust. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Alright, first of all, it's in the wrong place. Let's... Yeah, let's see if that's a little better, but... It basically just seems to be trying to be a boss mod instead of useful stuff. I actually want something that's more useful on trash. Often in M+, it's more trash that's the thing. I wonder what Gingy's using, or if he's got one yet. What mark am I? Where's the boss here? It's up here. Don't forget lunch. What time is it? God, this fucking time during this game. Time has no sense. Has Robin got a good one? I'll message him after this. It really is more trash I'm interested in than the bosses. Bosses or whatever. Can I even die in here? Probably. There are bosses around this corner. Okay. Robbins is over the top. This has got like full info on it. Oh, you can't stun this Rage Storm, can you? Honestly, the You Are This Market WeakAura has been one of the best additions ever. It's a Loz WeakAura, but in raiding, it comes in very good. Oh, you have to try and soothe it. Okay. Our Druid not putting out his fucking stuff, or our Hunter. The hell? not putting in appropriate work. Right, let's see what it does on this boss. Nothing. It does nothing. Okay. It might not be finished yet for this dungeon, I guess. Door shot, I haven't removed it from Shadowlands. It's one of the things I need to clean up today. Oh, wait, it did do something. It did do something. I didn't catch what it was, but it did do something. To be fair, the boss does nothing. I mean, wait till we get to, like, Tyrannical, and it'll start wrecking us. How much of all this info do you process when playing? All of it, pretty much. I don't know. How do you know what info you didn't process? But yeah, most of it. As far as I'm aware, most of it. I tend to, like most people, I think, who've played for a really long time and played at a certain level, you miss ludicrously obvious things because of what you're actually taking in. Happens all the time. Like, I very rarely... It was one of the hardest transitions to FF, right? It's all the stuff is based on what the boss's animations and shit are doing, which is not how I look at World of Warcraft. It's not what, like, what I'm... Oh, don't pull that. Never looking at walls? No. No, not at all. I do need to move my tooltip thing. I moved it the other day because of something. Yeah, WoW just plays differently. Like, it was a weird transition in FF to just having none of this extra info. But then again, the combat and stuff is so much faster here. Way more reactive. All right, have we got anything for this boss? So we're looking up here for stuff. I don't want it there, though. I want it kind of here. I want to move this boss frame. I don't like that boss frame position. Yeah, it's just a boss mod thing. Yeah, I don't like this one. Gonna pass on this WeakAuras, I think. Might try it in one more dungeon, but where do we go here? This way. Yeah. WoW is fine without mods, but I mean, I find them very useful. You can absolutely play just fine without any add-ons. A lot of people do. There's just, I honestly believe a lot of tools in WoW are better with add-ons, personally. To really customize your experience. I personally would not like to play without add-ons. I wouldn't enjoy it. I think the game just plays better with the add-ons. Yeah, from quality of life stuff to just useful information, tracking outdoor timers and things like that. I personally love it. That is not the same as some add-ons aren't too powerful, though. It's not the same thing. Some add-ons, WeakAuras is definitely extraordinarily powerful. There ain't much you can't do with that thing. But I don't know. I still think Queen of Shara was like the most ridiculous thing. I think that's when things started to get really, really wonky. Archimon's a great one. The original Star Augur one that they had to ban. That was a good one. It's got to be so hard for the designers to make something that works with them. All right, have you guys got another recommendation for something that involves oh god, let's go and kill these. They're not going to come into the boss. The football boss WeakAuras. Well, that was just painted a straight line, but it was good. I wonder if in Mythic Plus this thing doesn't always go in the same direction. They're not killing the totem. That's worrying. Clicks kill totem. I'm not sure if Spiroflect does anything to that, but maybe. Good job, everybody. All right. Among Us WeakAuras. I mean, I've never seen it put to great use. Like, we did a couple of bugs in Sepulchre. I haven't seen it, like, pop off into something wacky. I got a Sky Terror pattern. Not the end of the world. All right, so what dungeons is this actually live for? Close this door. It's making me freeze. Oh, this room gets so cold if that door's left open. What's going to be a Season 1 dungeon? That we know for sure is going to be a Season 1. This one's really good. Let's have a look at this one. Does it include trash? Alright, let's try this one. I think we could delete this one. Or did we not give it a fair shout? I don't know. Let's try one more. Let's just try one more. Maybe we didn't give it a fair shout. Ruby life pools. That's nice and short. Let's do that. Let's just give it a fair shout. There's clearly someone's put a shitload of work into it. I don't want to fuck it off after half a second, but we'll see. No instant queue? What is this? No, I don't want to do that because... Every time I go into a dungeon as a spec I didn't choose, I get something weird. No instant tank queues. Too many people playing the damn game. The slightly chewed duck egg. Find and pet Ludo to get Ludo's stash. Then use it. It turns into a duck pet. Where's Ludo? Is Ludo here? Most of you people are warriors. Warriors are just all around fun. Alright, where's Ludo? Any Ludo spotters? Ludo is in the main quest hub. He's a dog. Okay. Yeah, warriors are super fun. What the fuck is this? What is this?
Allow the spirits to sing.
Oh, cake! I love his bouquet.
Now it will be quiet again.
We can make cake. Nice. A marriage quest line.
Show me your hands.
Oh, I bet it's unlocked because I just got 50 cooking. Ah. Okay, so that must be a cooking specific quest, I guess. Hey, Gus, how you doing, buddy? All right, pray for the WeakAura. Am I a jerk if I pull absolutely everything up to the first boss? It has got trash in it. Okay. And it warned me about the shield. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. Redemption. It's got to struggle with too many pulls, I guess. Not sure about the avoid thing. Ah. All right. Okay. This is definitely going up in my books. This is better. For sure. Slowed. Yeah, there's some things happening that I don't know about. We're just testing out some of the Mythic Plus WeakAuras before M Plus goes live. Slowed. Alright, let's try it out on the boss. Share with the class. I'm not making my own. I know that. Frozen Shield. See, this is more like a boss mod on here. I don't know what this slow shit is. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff popping up. I'm not sure where it is. And I'm not sure if it's irrelevant or I don't know. Your spells abilities have a chance to call a ruby whelpling. Oh. Call your ruby whelpling to respect your target's situation, teaching them how to be helpful. 1 day cooldown. Oh, this is what Chris was asking about. Yeah. Sleep well, Tove.
Yeah, if you like, equip it.
Yeah. I'm not equipping it. It's poor people. But what does it do?
Like someone's a little whelp in it.
Does it get better or something?
I think so. Like, so far, I've done it on 2 days, and the dragons just come out and fall asleep. I think it's like so I assume maybe it becomes super chat the longer you do it. I don't know. I might just keep doing it and see what happens.
Yeah, it seems unlikely it becomes, like, its item level would increase or something.
Like, what I want to happen is, like, it turns from that, and it just eventually gets bigger and bigger until it's like fucking Albatross. That's what I want. I doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But listen, if you're listening, like, let's keep that.
Can you make my trig get into Alexstrasza,
yeah.
please?
So if I get like a plus 15 one or something, then keep the progress, and then it just becomes bigger and bigger until it's like a giant dragon. That's the plan.
I see. I'm sure 100% that will happen, Chris. The dot doesn't show stacks. I also already have this. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of this. WeakAuras is not bad. It just has a lot of information that's unnecessary. That you already have elsewhere. And it's just taking away from important information. Mine's already the size of Deathwing. Mine's Galacrond. I've got the biggest one. For a solo player, yeah, absolutely. And what I try to do is get in communities like ours, where you'll be able to talk to other people and start getting some groups. I never recommend anybody to play WoW and go into the pug world. A lot of people do that. It's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. I think you set yourself up for like the worst time if you go into the pug world as your main play. Find communities, try and make some friends. Really never recommend joining and being like, well, I'm just gonna play I'm gonna do stuff, but I want to like just pug it or whatever. I'm not gonna take part in a guild or anything. Do not recommend. A lot of communities know better. Like be picky. It's what, in my opinion, after the years I've been teaching people about this game and stuff, it's better to spend like days finding a good community and group of people than it is to try like farm gear or something. Long term, it's a way better investment of your time. When I find people who pug for like 25 hours straight and shit, instead of just, finding a guild or that kind of stuff, that blows my mind.
Yeah, shit, it was like that where Finn did, where he was fucking bus, and he spent like 90% of his time just queuing stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So inefficient.
It's massively inefficient and just less fun.
Yeah.
This is... Nah, this ain't for me. This ain't it, Chief, unfortunately. Sorry, Mr. WeakAuras, man. It's just a bad use of your time. It's kind of what it comes down to. I mean, you can get a lot done in WoW solo. You really can. You can do most things, but if you do want to like start doing some of the really fun stuff, in my opinion, you need to find some people that share your interests. That's what the game's about, primarily. With any MMO. That's not just a WoW thing. Sorry, Mr. WeakAuras. We will be saying goodbye to you. Unlucky. Yeah. Feels bad, but is what it is. All right, we'll try that other one you guys linked. Is there any other plate users in here? There is not. Unlucky. Unlucky. All right, let's try a different one. Call the WeakAuras maker. He's crying. It's just too much information we don't need. And I'm not going to go through it to figure it out. Bye, friend. Okay. Import this one. Is this the one? Yeah, DF Dungeons. Okay. This is also vast. Ooh. Okay. Let's give it a go. Nakud? Why not? JB's tweet. Dragonflight is fun, but it doesn't get a free pass for this weird-ass first week where no one knows where loot comes from until Wowhead posts about it, and then Blizz goes, wait, our stuff works like that, and nerfs it. To be fair, I don't think some of this stuff was in the alpha. Because we were confused for quite a while that, like, Dragonbane Keep seems to be the only way to do certain stuff, and we're like, this kind of sucks. Renown 11? Yay! Feet armor unlocked. I got some feet armor. Any footers? Return to the allied camp wherever they happen to be. Not available when the clan is moving. They gave you a Hearthstone? Dope. No shit. Awesome. Thank you. Look at that. I'm a renowned farmer, motherfucker. Guys. No, we're not past 370. Oh, shit. I have 372 unequipped. Huh? Huh? That's right. I'm kind of huge. You have over 370 on 3 chars? Yeah, well, you're a fucking geek. So, suck my cock. Right? Fucking nerd. How is he not toxic in saying that to me? Why am I the toxic one? Hmm? I know life by 1 turn and you're 381. Also a geek. Anyone above me is a fucking sweaty nerd. Get out more, touch grass, etc. And all people below me are gigapores. You make me sad. Next week, I'm going to be chadded. Absolutely chadded. Oh, I came in too low. Oh, God. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, this is lots. I have 3 stacks of the dots. That's 3 stacks of the dots, people. 3 stacks of the dots. Okay, this is definitely large and covering a lot of things. 3 stacks confirmed. 3 stacks confirmed. And slam! So it doesn't pick up on things like cleaves. Okay. Or important casts. Yeah, maybe not quite what I'm looking for either. Then we go battle stance in this group. I don't think we need the defensive position. I think we're going to be the damage man, which is fine. No, I was just testing a couple of dungeon WeakAuras for when Mythic Plus comes out, that's all. Not sure if I've got, I'm not even sure exactly what I'm looking for, which doesn't help. I have an idea of what I'm looking for, and maybe I have to just make it myself. Maybe to play. I'll do it. I lanced him. Get a chat GPT to make it. Maybe. Maybe that's the move. Do I employ people to make WeakAuras for me? No, that's Echo. That would be Echo and Liquid. You tried to have it to make WeakAuras, did you? That's kind of funny. Can you make me a WeakAura? It can do it? Have you had it make WeakAuras? Oh, raid damage. Okay. So I assume it'll pick up on lost soul and stuff. Probably better than I notice. There we go. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's got some good elements. Maybe this is a good basis, actually. Rello's got one as well. Okay. Seems to be some competition in this field that we may need to pay attention to. Let's do this one first. Afternoon, afternoon. Let's do some testing for dungeon WeakAuras. Oh, I'm stacking the dots. What does this do? It's nature damage added. Okay. Cool. I'm not sure if I like the shield charge thing. It's good that it activates some defensives, but I don't know. It feels like a waste of points to get that. I might mix up my build a bit. Amazing? Maybe I'm missing something with it. I'm doing this. Somebody's going to pull it in heroic. I know they will. It's a very strong, hard-hitting ability, for sure. First with 360 on main feels good. 360 is a solid, valiant effort. For sure. 360 is good. Anything above that is really like you've been trying way too hard. And like spoiling the game for yourself, probably. Oh, we got a little orb timer now. Okay. Which does not marry up to... That's good. This only stacks to 10, I found out. AoE in 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, some of the orbs are running out. 9. Give me 10. $365? 365 is decent as well. You're not 70 yet, Kieran? Okay. Nupss with a big 342. You've changed. Oh, someone left our dungeon. Are you farming an individual item from Heroic? Ring for the mount. Wait, the ring I just got? Did I just get a thing that's useful? Should I not disenchant it? I shouldn't disenchant it. Okay. Need 3 rings from 3. I bet I've DE'd half of them. God damn it. Pretty try hard if you ask me. You can trade it for it. Is it a good mount? I should bank it anyway. I'll naturally pick it up. Holy shit, a mage? Whoa. Hey. It's an otter. I bet Crusher's already farmed it. I bet he's been doing heroics non-stop for these items so he can get the otter. Yeah, there's a fucking mage here. Look at that. Weird. They're nice. Okay. Mages seem pretty rare. I think this is... It feels like the first mage I played with. Like in a dungeon. Are they bad? Is that what's up? A mage is not pumping? Arcane slaps? I mean, we had that... shit, I forget his name. Fuck, man. There was a dope arcane mage who was doing the raids with us. Bel Pacino. Arcane is pumping. Our boys play some Frost. Big crits, big balls. Kind of wanted to see if the Shatter Soul WeakAura works. Oh well. Shit, have I missed one? I have. I'm gonna get creamed in Mythic Plus. Sotty will tank, he'll be fine. It'll be fine. Fire's getting buffed tomorrow. Is that when the prot nerfs go live? Prot nerf. Gingy, help! Mike! I'm testing Mythic Plus WeakAuras and I don't like any of them. Help! I like a good one for trash shit. Or are you just using Plater? Are you just using Plater or what? I can't find a good one that isn't full of like completely random ass information that I don't really want. Mirrors is on it. Are you saving it? Will he share it or what? Am I not high enough IO score? He's a bit of an elitist. It's public? Oh, awesome. Me likes. I wanted more for trash than anything. Like, bosses is obvious, but there's so much trash shit going on in this expansion. And I would like. I'll ask it. I'll DM him later. We always love Mirrors. Mirrors is nice. He's a thinker. Ranged interrupts. Hey, mages pumping! I told you, don't count mages. You guys all mocking mages? Jerks. Right, okay. Real talk here, real talk. Are we attempting to skip with the group? I don't think so. Every time I have pugged this, it has gone horribly wrong. Okay, dismount me in China. I'm like 3 hours away from the boss. Appreciate it. Nice one, man. The fuck? What is this? Have they changed this? Right. Some other guy's stuck as well. Oh, what? I've not seen it knock us off this far away before, but whatever. Oh, God. Interrupts. Oh, no. Right, I'll do this one. I get why they've stopped you flying to the last boss, but I mean, come up with a different way. Right, I swear one of them will interrupt the other guy, right? Nice, double interrupts. Sweet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done the skip a lot of times. Someone always ninja pulls and then pulls like 3. Please interrupt, I beg. I beg. This is why we don't do the skip in heroic. This is why we don't do it. This is evidence we made the correct choice. This is why we don't do it. What if you have to pull these? We kind of suspect you do. Nope, it's just out. Please interrupt. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'll get this one. You guys get the next one, yeah? This one. Come on. Come on. I put a mark on it. Every time. Every time. Every fucking time. And now we know. There's nothing wrong with the dungeon. The dungeon is fine. You have to kick an enemy with a 5-second cast. That's not the dungeon's fault for having enemies with cast times. Okay, we're going around the side. We're sneaking in. This is how it's happening. Fifth, yeah, Tremor Totem's fine until you find out your Shaman. Crusher has the spec into it. I guess we're going around the side now. This is how we do this dungeon now. We're doing it a whole different way. Oh god, my dragon slipped off the oh no. Okay. Okay. 10-second stun. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I've not been stunned that long before, but it's fine. It's totally fine. All right, team. We're killing this. I will interrupt the guy. We're doing it. Come on, team. Get warmed up. Get booty blasting. I'm going to stun this guy. Yeah. We're stunning. Clack with the interrupts. Gaming. Gaming. I'm not sure how I avoid this stun. That also needs interrupting. Okay, so we'll need to note that for Mythic Plus. Alright, so all 3 of those need interrupting. Alright. We killed 1. Good job, team. With the way percentage works in here, I have done this on Mythic Plus. I think you do have to kill quite a bit of the trash here, if I remember. I'm not sure what the like final route will be, but here we go, boys. Gaming. Can I spec its AoE Berserker Rage that removes fear for the party? Maybe. Or we could just press kick. Instead of everybody being feared. Could do that. Kick not spec'd. Unironically, the worst thing you can ever hear in the world is we have not spec'd into kick. In dungeons. Actually the worst thing ever. Like Wind Fury is a DPS loss. Come on, dudes. Oh, were you just wailing on the boss? Oh, you totally were. Oh my god. We got there. Any more plate users? Denied. Okay. No more. I'll kick you. All right, let's have a look at Relos. See what he's got. So your mage perspective, real mages don't do kicks. You can't hold me to every word I've ever said over the years, all right? Stolen Breath of Onara, Blizzard account bound. What's that? Any knowers? Three for a mount. Okay. And I want to keep hold of this ring. Okay. Keep hold of that ring. And 3 of those turns into a mount. Fair enough. All right, let's try to swallow this down deep. Delete that one. Copy. Import. Importing Dragonflight Season 1 dungeons. Okay. I assume this is another juicer. Oh my. Heal adds exploding frontal. Okay. Is Alderman going to be one? Nakud is your Halls of Valor. Life pools. We haven't been to the academy. Let's go there. Oh, let's make a sandwich real quick. Sorry if I dodged the queue. That's right. Made it. Get buff. This is actually helpful.
I am delighted that you received.
Good job, Rello. Fine start.
Touch behind schedule, but I have heard
Okay.
numerous things about your new students. How wonderful! Our history because of these stories is almost ready for business. You see if there is anyone who needs assistance.
Not a Dark Moon Fair prof stuff? No, I haven't. What's it actually giving? Is it rep or something or knowledge? Knowledge. Is Rello Mirez? No. I think Rello is Liquid's WeakAura maker. Am I right on that? I could be wrong. I think he was with, I don't know. I know, I've heard the name around the community a lot of times. Nobody I've met though, unfortunately. German guild. Wasn't he making the WeakAuras for somebody? Was it Method for a while? No, they didn't get any while I was there, unfortunately. Rasman. Busy week for me, new season of Destiny 2 and language and PoE. Found myself a shield throw build, Captain America. Oh, I kind of like the sound of that. Ooh. What class are you playing for that? A shield throw build sounds good. It's got a high defense, Raven. Paladin. I haven't got enough interrupts for all this. Titan Crayon Gang, rise up. As long as it's not importing any more of them guild halls like we had last time. I assume the guild stuff we bought is still up and running for PoE. I could definitely see myself having a blast on PoE. A little blast. Little blaster.
accidentally overloaded an
Oh god, I've left the door open again. No!
a powerful construct named Veximus that quickly started to wreak havoc. The blue dragon battled Veximus fiercely, attempting to prevent it from absorbing stray arcane orbs that could allow it to
Okay. No useless boss, boss WeakAuras. Good job. I like it. All right, this is good. Oh, that door's fine, but we have, we're not obviously we're not using the studio during the day, so there's no heating on in that side of the building. So if I open the door to my right, I lose all the heat. And that's no fun.
It was ultimately
We got this way. This is fine. Right, I haven't seen any for trash yet, though. Or maybe this trash doesn't do anything of note. That's like something to be concerned about. Could be that. Okay, we got an avoid one. All right. Okay, tracks Wrens. It's fine. Not over cumbersome. Yeah, the WeakAuras loaded. I think Rello has been like what I was thinking. A lot more selective about what is and is not worth showing. Okay, I like the ambush one, and then it follows it with the breath. That's not bad. Ambush is a good one to track. I like the exact timer on when to stop. Spell reflect because breath is coming. I'll just avoid entirely, which is fine. Actually, don't mind this one. And then you know who's getting the vicious ambush. Cool. What? Why are we not heating the whole office? Because nobody's in there. It's a waste of energy and money. Why would we do that? I haven't seen the new PoE League trailer. No, not out of any other reason than I just haven't watched it. And I want to play it as well. I mean, so far everything seems to be looking pretty solid with it, from what I'm told. Yeah, it looks giga. I'm really excited for them. We obviously got so much shit after the last one. Ooh, PoE. PoE's great. What was that punch noise? Was that the dodge? Oh, I don't know if I can do WeakAuras with noises. Is it gonna ring an alarm? I'm down for Destiny 2 as well. Really down for it. I think we got another... I don't think we'll have much mega stuff to do on the Warrior in WoW next week. I don't think so. We'll see how we look after the M0 thing. I would like to get FF8 finished, though, before we jump into the full MMO crunch with Field Wars and Destiny 2. Well, let's finish Vault of Glass raid on Sunday. Man. I'm a little jelly, not gonna lie. I did not know you had to spread for Deafening Screech. Cool. I did not know that. Now we know. That's nice. That's right, Suix. Knowing is hard in these dungeons, it is. Simple dodge. Are we not activating any of the things here, or what? Team. Guess not. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. Anyone need? Nobody need? Nobody needs. This is Rello's WeakAura. I like this one so far. I don't know. The only thing I don't know is if it's missing anything that is crucial that I don't know about. But so far, it's been not intrusive at all. There's not a lot of like random information that I don't need to do anything with. And nothing that's not already covered by like boss mods and stuff. So I like this one so far. Kind of a fan. Again, I'm not sure if it's missing something that I'll regret not having later. Soup! Soup time! It's time for soup! Time for soup! Hey, Millie! Looking forward to the race to world first? I know. Can you believe the lineup of casters Echo's got together? My fucking face when I saw it. They were like, okay, we think we're going to get everybody back again from the big cast last time, and we've added these. It was like, fucking hell, man. Oh, you're all spread out everywhere. Makes it very hard for me to pad. Jesus Christ, did I just do a near 100k shield slam? Okay. Sure, I guess. Dratnos is so mean to Tattles when he's casting though. He's such a bully. Big old bully boy. Any thoughts on the brutal fights health changes? They needed something. I couldn't die. It was dumb. It felt like bringing other people to the dungeon was a hindrance. There was some pulls I did where I killed, I mean, it was my fault. I pulled it and I killed everybody. And I'd just be stood there at full health. Like, Whatever. Run back. Like, you don't want that feeling as a tank. It's like, peasants. I can't even be hurt by these things. One thing I do need to study up on for the race to first is other classes. I don't know much about them. What? You got this from doing soup to legendary? A big ladle? Okay. Alright, that's it. Soup became a top priority. The class we play sucks. Everything needs to... You're still on the pally though, aren't you, Noble? Are you sticking true? I can't believe you stayed with one class for this long. That's wacky. This, got a level of Drac there alt though. I can't decide on my alt. I'm in a position now where I can kind of lead my warrior if I want to, and he'll naturally tick up to where he needs to be. I still want to do the rares and stuff for the next few days, and try and get like the, you know, all of like nice pre-M plus stuff. I still have no idea what that boss does. I haven't got a clue. Volko, you need the chest? Or is Volko with beef? What level was it? No, it's 359. Fair enough. There it is. All right, I like that one. We'll keep with that one for now. It's not intrusive. Seems okay. Noble's a wonderful person. If only you knew. If only you knew. I went with this one. It is by Rello. I like it. Soup. Oh! It is indeed. It's Super Meat Boy. I'm coming, supers. I'm flying in. Yeah, thank you all for the gifted subs. 6 more days on getting the WoW pet from gifted subs. Thank you all who've sent them our way. Appreciate it. We're going to put on a good Christmas for you all. Especially tomorrow. Preachy Claus is coming to town tomorrow. You want to be here. There's some very, very cool stuff coming. Yeah, Preachy Claus is in town tomorrow. The stuff for Christmas giveaways has arrived. And it'll start tomorrow. Yes, chef. Oh, thank you, Ra. Thank you very much. Tenderize the meat, the tough carp, by beating it up. Yes, chef. How do I do that? How do I tenderize the... is it done? I got it. Okay. That's just DPSing. Hey, board guy, thank you so much. I'm a standby. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's 2 gifted subs. Gets you the Ichabod pet. Come in a second, man. We're souping. I was having my sandwich. AFK every step? No way, dude. I am no leech. I just did an entire dungeon that I didn't need to do. All right. Stomp on them. Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Did that not count? I did it. Is there more? I still have... Why do I... Oh. Okay. I mean, they're in the water. That's not fair. No, I didn't get the rep until the thing was complete. Are we at legendary soup? I want the ladle. Ura, thank you so much for 2 gifted subs, man. Thank you very much. Your pet will come in the Twitch notifications. Ensure that though you've linked your Twitch account to Battle.net, otherwise Blizzard doesn't know who you are to send you your Ichabod. This playlist is just PG Stream Music on Spotify. If you search PG Stream Music, you will find it. Toss escaping fish back into the pool. A chef. I've done 2. Oh, come on, chef. Haven't I done enough? I did my duty there. I got my rep. Good, 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 good. This isn't the lag fest. Cobalt Assembly. That's Cobalt Assembly is a different matter. If you go over there where those guys are getting all the mega powers. Although doing PvP over there is amazing. If you get the map opening, it's so good. It's so good. Stir the pot. I've not had to do this yet. A chef. Did I do it? I did not get my rep. Yes, I did. Okay, good. I was wondering for a while now. I was an old Shadows player. Should I start playing Dragonflight? Or should I wait until the mechanic gets released to see if it's worth? Right now, I think is the best time to play, honestly. Nobody's doing any raiding or high geared yet, so everyone's taking part in all the open world activities. There's a ton of stuff to do. I've played for... I haven't played for 7 days straight. I would say, realistically, I played for like 5 because I had to go to the Dragon Castle. And I still haven't done everything I want to do this week. I'm pretty close now, though. I'm pretty happy. Now we got the professions and stuff started. I had to go... I did a thing for Blizzard for 2 days, but yeah. There's a lot here. Hey, Paku. Oh, who's dropped a punching bag here? Why you do this? Yeah, the professions seem like a rabbit hole, and I hope people who love professions embrace it. Tenderize the carp. Yeah, chef. Did it, chef. It's not bad that you get 25 rep a time for each of these little things that you do. Like, over 15 minutes, you rack up quite a lot. Where are we on these guys? Yeah, on our way to level 9. The profession system is designed for the people who really like it, and that's fine in my book. I think that's great. I think I'm hoping it does pay off, but at a certain point, the real profession masters will actually be in such high regard on servers. Chef. I imagine a lot of people are going to dip out of pushing it too hard when all the other systems come into play. But the guys who really like it, they're probably going to stick with it pretty hard and become actual guaranteed profession masters. I'll be really happy the day one of you is like, oh, you want to talk to this guy if I want something made. That will be like the best moment, is like traveling around Twitch servers and stuff. Oh, what are you after? You're getting this made? Yeah, you want to talk to that guy. You want to get Thingy to make it. He's good. Can you do private commission work orders, like to an individual? I think you can, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what you want to start happening. I know it feels like exclusatory, but I think it's better for the game. Your chef, still 25 rep. Gimme. No, I don't think work orders and stuff are region-wide. I don't think so. "30 seconds. Give me the ladle. Go on. I didn't know it existed until 30 seconds ago. Now I want it." Now I can't live without it. What are your thoughts on having something to unlearn spent knowledge in places you accidentally put it in, like for mats or something like that? Ooh, maybe. Like a respec thing? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I've kind of been throwing my points into whatever I think sounds best, but I have no idea if ultimately it's going to pay off for me. Like with enchanting, I'm kind of specialized in braces and stuff. And maybe I kind of want weapons more than anything. The problem is you don't want people swapping backwards and forwards. Like that's going to defeat the purpose of it, right? If it's like, oh, just let me respec real quick and now I'm master of everything. Like that's not going to work. It could be a bit more like PoE style, where you kind of earn one-off point respecs and things like that. Oh, I got some fish. Wow. That's a fish. Oh, you don't actually earn any rep for the culmination of the soup. Why can't I eat the soup? I wish to consume the soup. Why may I not consume your delicious soup? You can get lost now, bots. Why would people bot the Superman? Why would you bot the soup? I can't think of a reason why you would bot the soup. Yeah, we killed the boss. I didn't get any rep for that. I got rep for doing all the challenges while it's doing it. Drops feast buff food. Ah. Interesting. I mean, it only drops the rep token once per week, right? So if you're botting it, it's because you want to do every kill. Or am I talking nonsensical nonsense? I did not get 50 rep for that kill. I have already killed it today. Is it 50 rep per day? You just got a rep token, you've killed him a lot. Maybe it's a random thing? I got no rep for finishing that then. Yeah, I have already done soup today though. It could be that. Okay. You get 50 for a rare? No, I didn't get anything for the rare guy either. I got rep for doing the Yes Chef challenges. I got rep for that. Not too bad. What do I get next? May acquire 2 new battle pets. Wow. Word of a worthy ally. Ice fishing. Tuskart enchanting. Okay, so I do want the enchants. I'm not sure what enchants they give. Who's renowned men? Fishing gear. You're the renowned man.
Well now, you're
What do you have?
different.
Agility on chest. Don't care. Regenerative leech. What's regenerative leech? Does it alter? Regenerative leech. It says if you hover over it. Permanent chance of cloaks to increase your leech by 75 and heal for 8,338 every 5 seconds when out of combat. Yeah. Doesn't seem strong enough. What if the level 3 one could get you up to like 16k or something? That'll be what I'd look for in that. For sure. Oh, Wacky Girl, a Blue Ghost. Thank you so much. Thanks, buddy. You're both awesome. Enjoy your pets, guys. Yeah, out of combat. Yeah. I mean, Leech is nice on its own. I was hoping it'd do something better. I'm not going to invest in sorting these out until we start getting more epic drops that we can DE. That's going to be the plan. I think you'll ever do a transmog comp again? No, man. People got too angry about it. I just can't be fucking bothered with it, honestly. I don't need to see people getting genuinely upset if I like your transmog or not. Like, I don't need that. I don't want that in my life. Yes, Kenny. What does Kenny want? Hecky. Dude, I used to get the emails and stuff I'd get after a transmog competition. Just absurd. Absolutely absurd. Completely absurd. Oh, loads of them. Like, the full set rules, I think, are unfair. I just want to let you know that the shoulders on winner number 3 were actually a recolor of the previous tier set, and therefore I believe it should be disqualified. Like... Yeah, your competition is illegitimate. Just... the lighting. The big one was the lighting. Yeah, we got so many emails about the lighting because we said you had to do it on the character creation screen. Right? Because after a while, people were sending us like action shots. You're like, right, you have to do it on the character creation screen. But certain character creation screens have different lighting that some people believed was making their transmog look worse. And like blue DKs looked better because they had this blue background and blue lighting, which was giving them a blue aura around their blue armor. So blue DKs were great, but anything that was like red didn't show up well enough in the blue background. So therefore the competition was illegitimate. And like druids have this orange glow, so certain things contrasted with that and moved with it, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And frankly, I was just like, not only did we have to start recruiting multiple people to actually go through the transmog. So I think at one point, for a transmog competition that we used to run, we would receive something like 2,000 entries per week. And so we would have Bex, Augurs, Zoe. Who else helped out with this? go through them all in batches. So we used to receive them all. We used to receive them all on email, right? So it'd be 2,000 emails. I would then go through all the emails. Well, we did the competition like every web show, right? For a while. And then we moved it to like once a month because it got this big. So I would have to go through all the emails and individually save the images that people were sending us. Then I would put them into a big folder. And then we would like highlight a quarter of them and send them to Bex. Highlight another quarter, send them to Matt. Highlight another quarter and send them to Zoe. And then have them go through them and pick, say, 50 each that would be acceptable for the show. Otherwise, the transmog competition had now become like a 7-hour show. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, so it had to die. There was nothing we could do about it. It was fun for a while, but it not only became an enormous piece of work, but people started getting very, very, very serious about it. Like, and then eventually, the worst part of it is, we got really bored of talking about transmogs, like, for hours, because we were doing it for like 2 or 3 hours. And once you've done that like 20 times, it's like 60 hours you've been talking about transmogs, and a lot of them are kind of similar. Like, it just got fucking really boring to make the show. Yeah, we will do the web show. The only person who's fucking up the web show is Nupss. He's a giant cringe lord. He's a proper cringe master. And he hasn't been able to move over to the UK yet. So we have everything set up. But once Nupsy gets over here, we'll probably be doing that. And hopefully we're inviting some guests on who can come and visit us. No, you don't get invited. That's your fault, not my fault. Not my fault. Right, let me clear the fucking plate. I've got plates and cans here. I'm turning into an actual WoW degenerate. This is tragic. This is sad. You know, during Final Fantasy, I was such a clean person. I was clean. I was respectful. I was glorious. Call Emma as well. Emma. phones from my wife. What? What's it? What? What? What's happened? Wombles? Wombats? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't like it. What wombats? You know what you did to wombats? This is a Bex thing. You know what you did. I don't think I've ever seen a wombat. So I'm pretty sure I'm safe on this one, dudes. I ain't never seen a wombat. Proto Drake is the best one. This is by far the best Drake. Look at his spiny face. All I want to do is I'm going to change the color of him. I don't like the red, but he's absolutely the best Drake. False? Not false. Wrong. Worst? The green one? No, I used the green one in the alpha. He's alright. He's a bit goofy looking. He looks like he falls over his own feet and lands on his face. The blue Drake is just law people. Is this a wedding? Centaur sex. Nah. Nah. That's a pass. Can we level up off cake? I'll touch your balls if you touch mine. No. Sour, delicious cake to celebrate a momentous occasion. This is a quest where you ask why Blizzard. It's for the cake recipe. What? Don't kink shame? What's kinky about getting married? What? What's kinky about getting married? Here's the Spotify playlist, yeah. Oh, it's a gay wedding. Well, that never happens. I imagine 0 gay people play World of Warcraft. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. Yeah, I've got the... I think I'll wait till I'm gonna get the other recipes. You're gay? Not true. There's no gay members of chat on Twitch, as we know. They ask you when you sign up to Twitch what your sexuality is, what's your preference. Requires Dragon Scale 21. Requires Rumors of the Jeweled Whelplings. Requires Emerald Gardens Explorer's Notes. You knew... They ask you that. I'm bi, so I'm half gay. Not true. As we all know, all people on Twitch and in video games are the most alpha chad, straight white males. Every single one of the 250 million people who have played Warcraft in their time are alpha chad, giga strong, straight white males. And we likes our beer like we likes our women in the kitchen. That's how we do it. 100%. Chills. Calm down. In the fridge, you mean? No, oh, not again. No, just land. 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 Don't, no, not again. I hate this. Oh, I don't need a flap ability. I just need to play better. Steady. 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 Can I leap to here? Can I leap? Got it! $250 rep though. Now we're gaming. Now we're gaming. Is there a fucking handy notes for all these? Because there's so much rep to be got. Or are they random? Do they just randomly pop up or what? I wouldn't say it was lucky. I've got the handy notes for the glyphs and stuff. 5k total. There are handy notes. Okay. Checkers. Long forgotten hippogriff. Fairies. Collection. Legion treasures. Nazarth. Never know what it's called. There's a lot. Dungeon locations, treasures and rares, dragon glyphs, Dragonflight. I imagine it's a specific one. Blind? Click the chest icon on your map. Ooh. Oh! Ooh! Huh! Oh, look at that. It's 5k rep for all. Awesome. Is that the only other one in this zone then? Or am I being Mr. Blind again? I'll be alright with that damning, but I'm not in a rush. Alright, smooth landing. Shitty view. That is a shitty view. Another one didn't pop up. You have to do them in an order, right? How do you get these? I think you need Dragon Scale Expedition 7 or 8, something like that. My raid Mythic. We'll see how the rating is. My first goal is to do heroic with the viewers. Let's see how that goes. The Cloudy Waterfall of the Mad Top is top tier realism. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the handy notes I already had it installed. It's this, right? Okay, steady as she goes. I'm gonna be a baller here. You watching? Can't you click it on the way past? No, you have to be dismounted. Okay. What did I get? The highest peaks. Nice. That's a WeakAuras. We've linked it. Oh no, we've got the other achievement linked at the moment. I'll link it in a sec. Is it on the top of here? Oh, easy one. Beautiful. That one, that one, that one, that one. No, because we're going to go the other way, aren't we? What is this? Selfies. I don't want to take selfies. Right, we get this one. And then we go that way into Thaldraszus. Perfect. There we go. Hey, Siptak, thank you so much. Yeah, Vistas are in a ton of games now. I'm not sure what else I get for the Dragon Scale Expedition. You may acquire the Grey Marmoni and Black Skitterbug battle pets. Well, I guess we can get that. It's got to be the top of this mountain, isn't it? Okay. Got it. Enjoy your pets, my dudes. This way. Thank you, Geskill. Thank you so much. That was handy. It's Handy Notes that's giving me the locations. I did the Battle Pets quest line to get rid of the quest that was in my quest log. I actually did the Dragonflight Battle Pets quest line. I just couldn't live in a world where there was a quest on my map. So, I did it. And acquired my cool battle pets. It's this one, isn't it? Certainly is. Okay. Smooth landing, Mike. Smooth, steady, steady. Nice. Hey, I'm getting good at this. Renown 11. Beautiful. I have unlocked the pets. Thank God. The pet battle quest starts in Valdrakken. It's more of a tutorial to battle pets. I have the racing title, yep. I am an advanced racer. The one in the upper left corner is tracking the rares that you've killed in the zone today. The important ones that drop like the high level gear. And also the feast tracker. So I haven't killed these in the zone today, but I don't need to. As far as I know, I don't need to kill any of these. They don't drop any plate stuff. It's a WeakAuras. So we got the link again. I'll find it if not. Oh, I went too fast. Saved it. That's this zone. I am casting for Echo. I will be going to Switzerland on Monday. So there'll probably be no stream on Monday because I'll be on a plane, but we should be fine every day after that. The only other alternative to that might be the actual start of the race. But I'll let you know as and when. I think if I'm not home before Christmas, I will be looking for a new wife. So I fully expect to be home before Christmas. So, any prospective ladies out there? I have 2 kids, so we'll have to bear that in mind. But the only reason I'm casting for Echo, genuinely, is Echo have agreed to bring my family with us. So Emma and the kids will be joining me in Switzerland. Which is going to be awesome. That was the deal that was struck. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Don't. No. No. No! It's fine. It's fine. Okay. He'll overshoot me. Yeah, we're gonna be in Bern. Never been to Bern. Looking forward to it. Is it pretty? I mean, I've been to Switzerland, but I've not been to Bern. Is Bern a pretty place? Better not let her loose in Switzerland. It's expensive. Expensive? Oh, God. Bern's alright. Zurich is better. When I took Emma on our... We went, like, hosteling. And when I took Emma to Switzerland, our plan was to stay in Geneva for 2 days and then go to Interlaken to the hostel for 3 days and then come back. But we took one look at the price of a drink in Geneva and just left. We got on the train to Interlaken to stay in the hostel. So we had this whole big plan set out. We took one look at the prices. I think it was like... I think a Jack and Coke was 13 euros or something. And in Interlaken, it was 6 euros, and they did a double as standard. So we just left. It was nuts. That was 20 years ago. Yeah. That would have been... I mean, it would have been 17 years ago, I think. Even for Switzerland? Well, it was Geneva, so who knows. Like, apparently Switzerland is known for being quite an expensive place to be. No, Rathian. You've nerfed your rep game. No, Rathian. Bad Rathian. This is an awkward landing, Blizz. Oh, Blizz, why? Why? Whoo! Yeah, it was 250 rep last night. It's 50 rep now for doing the vault. I have no idea what my standing is with Rathian. I bet he hates me. Is that all of them? There's no achieve for doing them all? That makes me suspect I've missed one. I can't see anymore. There are no more. Okay, what's my rep with Rathian? It is... I'm a cohort. I'm on 2 of 6. So you guys have already ground to 6 out of 6. Actual human trash. Actual human trash. 4 out of 6. It's easy, lol. I mean, that is brain melting stuff. That is brain melting stuff. Casual or what? Yeah, like I haven't even done a small amount. I've done a decent amount, and I'm 2 out of 6. And you guys ground 6 out of 6 in like the first 2 days. Well, this is content in MMOs, right? It's just consumed and consumed, slurped. Every single fucking step of it is slurped up. It took me 8 hours. I only completed the world quest. Don't care about that rap. Yeah. Get down from there. Let's go for a glide. We're not going to make it. I do need to go to there. Steady. Who cares about Rathian? I can tell you Brothers is a hunter now. I literally just hit 70 and finished my world tour 2 hours ago. I didn't get a chance to do the Rathian stuff. Oh, you still can. Yeah, we can always leave if we need to be. We got 1 minute left on our glider. What's the cooldown on actual gliders, though? Okay. Hey, Paula. 20 to 25 now if you don't spend any cash. It's so nerfed. I don't get why they nerfed it, though. Like, if people are already 6 out of 6, nerfing it just seems unfair to the guys who are doing it, like, a little bit, like, later in the week. Do you not get a rep boost? Yeah, they nerfed the shit out of it. I get why they did the dirt piles. Like, they did not want people farming 3,000 dirt piles. Like, that makes sense to me. That's just... That's crazy. And as soon as people found out you could do it, people started doing it. That I somewhat understand. I guess there is the aspect is they don't want everybody to be just done with everything they've made in the first week. Before the season even starts. I have to choose one. A grey Marmoni or a Skitterbug. I'll go with a Marmoni. Seems good. It's a monkey. Then make more. Just make more content. Just keep churning it out. God, you only get 75 rep for these. For 5? Wow. I can't buy anything good off you, right? I can buy these. Oh, they're solid on the side. Okay. Okay. The gravitational displacer and the primal deconstruction charge. Throw the displacer and activate it after 2 seconds, pulling all enemies within 10 yards to its location. Only, oh, it's grip. Cool. 17,000 fire damage to enemies in 8 yards. The explosion is powerful enough to cause moderate siege damage. Yeah, death grip grenade. That's not bad. Yeah, I think you get 2 pieces of 389 from Rathian. Well, don't you just get the cloak? I have no idea, Nero. Maybe. Siege damage. That's what caused That's what caused this platforms to rebuild on Lich King. You get a 398, 89 neck and a 398 cloak. Okay. I'm not farming it. I'm not. I refuse. What's here? You can't make me. No, you can't make me. I'm not doing it. 7 supplies. Stats on it are pretty good though. Well, what drops that then? So that's like Mythic 15 and 16. Okay. So you get like a Mythic 15 and 16 neck. And a Mythic 9... What's the cloak? The cloak's 3... the next 3... Okay, the cloak is 398. So you get like a Mythic 15 to 16 cloak. And a Mythic 9 neck. For farming for like 8 hours. No. The answer to that is no. I'm not going to do that. 8-hour farm, right? Exactly. No. More like 48 hours now. No. And what's the ring? What's the cobalt ring? Is that 389 as well, or is it lower? 2 hours every day since launch. Oof. That's 389 ring. Is the proc rate on this shit or something? So that's like a Mythic 9. Okay. That's a low normal mode raid ring. Well, they've nerfed the shit out of the cobalt as well, right? Doesn't that take several hours now? I got the neck, but I already had higher. Oh, it still took like an hour? Oh, okay, that's cool. So I might look at that then. Might look at that. Like an hour, that's fine. But yeah, no more than that though. Ooh, that 20 is gonna be rough though. That 20 is gonna be rough. That's gonna be a toughie. So you start, you get 405 drops from 19s and 20s. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to learning and trying to get somewhat decent. Farming, like, how many do you need now for the vault? I don't even know where the vault is. If you want the absolute mega best reward you can get from the vault, that's going to be a 20. Yeah. It's at the bank itself. No. The new vault's in Valdrakken. Yeah, they want it to be a progression of its own. It's not... I know this is going to cause a right fucking thing. Ah, is this the vault? That's the guild vault. Okay. Is it going to be this? Yeah, this is actually going to kick up a big fuss because everybody's going to be trying to break 20 week 1. And a lot of people aren't going to do it, and they're going to feel like the game's bullshit. Because they're not getting mythic, mid-mythic raid quality gear in week 2. They're going to be pissed. Because they're used to doing like a 15 and just smashing it out. Whereas 16 and a 17 is going to get you mythic quality gear. That won't be enough. Like, even though a 16 and 17, or 16 gets you low mythic gear, just like it kind of always did, they're going to feel cheated that they're not getting mid-mythic raid gear. I'm already pissed. But you can get more. Week 1. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how this plays out as an actual progression path. If people understand you're supposed to work your way up a little bit. Also, I'll do all keys for Valor. It's going to be a busy week. Yeah, boy. I'm looking forward to it. I suggest we boost like 2 or 3 keys so we don't all end up with whichever one is the absolute cancer dungeon. Which is definitely going to be... Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, maybe? I think Shadow Moon Burial Grounds might be the absolute cancer dungeon. So I have 3 chars? I'll just do them all in one character. It's your vault. The damage check on the last boss. Halls of Valor. It depends. Is it Tyrannical week 1? We've got the schedule now, right? Okay. Here we go. The complete Dragonflight Season 1 affix rotation. So week 1 is going to be Fortified, Raging, Quaking. Kind of free. That's alright. Week 2 is Tyrannical, Bursting, Grievous. Oof. Oof. Next week, not too bad. Raging Storming, not too bad. Okay. Double healer week? I mean, Crusher just needs to pull his fucking finger out, honestly. Crusher needs to get his head and his ass wired together. Just use a defensive or what? Oh, well, let's... Oh, yeah, I did say I'd check this morning.
All right, welcome to our M+ DPS tier list here for 10.0 Dragonflight. I'm Dranos, we've got Tettles and Dorky here as well, and we are going to talk about
okay, who's good at M+?
In the game, all 20.
All right, let's go. I assume these are broken up by class.
We can start in the middle as well.
Okay. I was planning on just going class by class. We can start at the S tier, though.
Up to you, your dealer's choice.
All right.
I
think we'll start.
Let me guess. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Who is the S tier? I would like to see Fury in there, but it's probably not. There's a couple of things I guarantee. I guarantee Tetzel says Boomkins are trash tier. Like C or D. He was always going to say Boomkins are garbage. Fury above Arms. I'm kind of curious where Evoker comes out. Where the boys think Evokers come out. I think S tier is probably Demon Hunter, Demonology, Windwalker. One of the rogue specs, maybe Outlaw. Maybe Feral? I know Balance won't be up there because Tettles won't allow it. All right, let's see who's first.
Start in the S tier then. As a surprise to absolutely nobody, we had to kind of amend this tier list as it got created because there was one spec in the game that I would define as meta warping with just how strong they were.
Well, Julie, what could this be?
Yeah, what could it possibly be? And so I need to add a row above this, and we got to name this one the Havoc tier. So Havoc Demon Hunter is probably the best overall damage spec in the game for M+ right now. And in addition to that, it has like some of the best survivability.
So
in the
Havoc gets
game.
its own
Just
tier.
The way
Okay.
that they have passive healing. In addition to that, they take a lot less damage than other specs.
Okay.
Blur is an incredibly
Alright,
strong
this is too long.
cooldown.
We'll go to here. I
Havoc
do want to
Demon.
hear what the guys have to say, but I'll get the details later. I want to know who's rated where.
You know, if a burst 4 is trying to survive that on like a high tyrannical. Demon Hunters always die to that
Okay,
unless
look.
they, for some reason.
Just because you're playing Havoc doesn't mean you're any good. Okay? I'm not shitting on anybody. But people read these tier lists, and it's so crucially important that because you're playing the strong class does not mean you're any good at all. Like, not even fucking close. Being a non-interrupting, clicking, fucking slow-ass, whatever, Demon Hunter does not mean that you're instantly getting plus 20s. Because I read this all the time is, what class should I play for Mythic Plus? The one you're fucking good at. Right? That's what you should play. The one you're good at. Because nobody wants to drag a Havoc-shaped fucking wrecking ball strapped to their ankle through any dungeon whatsoever. Right? You might get invited and then wreck the key, which would be great. And if you're pugging, stop doing that. If you can.
Never walk, which never happens, by the way.
Yeah, it's
People
just- that watch is in
re-rolling
a
for
weird
the
spot.
flavor
You're
of the
not
month
able to really
class
take it
is just
pretty
the
reasonably
biggest
without
waste of
losing
time.
damage.
All right, then we have the S tier.
Come on,
Got two
Fury!
rogue specs headlining our S tier here. We have Subtlety and Outlaw.
Yeah, Outlaw or
When are
Salty?
the places where you're expecting to see
Nice.
Subtlety versus
Love
Outlaw? Is this
sub.
dungeon
Subtlety is
specific
so
you think
fun.
the difference would be, or is it based on the rest of your group?
This is a weird situation. So first off, I think Outlaw is just going to be the preferred spec for most, if not all dungeons, just due primarily to the amount of damage it brings. Obviously, both of these specs have similar utility.
average Outlaw
in
rogues
the
at Giga
things
Chat.
that they provide.
You want
Outlaw
them to
is target
delete
capped
Havoc?
with
Why?
Blade Flurry, and so
What the fuck?
maybe in Algathar Academy you would see a sub rogue over that, but generally it seems like the damage that Outlaw is providing, in addition to just like the rogue utility, which
Alright,
both
skip on,
major
skip
reasons
on.
that Outlaw, like the two rogue specs are this high.
We'll get the
is their
details later.
defensiveness, just like feint and then multiple
Just want
immunities
the
to different
tier list
sources of
tells.
damage is
I
universally
don't even need an
fairly
explanation for any of
strong.
these. You could just
Oh, yeah,
read these
they're
out in a
unkillable.
list, and I'd be
All
satisfied
right, now
as a watcher.
another spec that's actually also pretty unkillable, but requires you to press your buttons rather than have your cheat death proc to not die is Windwalker. That's our next S tier
Yeah,
spec.
hey, we're doing all right
This
so
one,
far.
throughout beta, it's kind of been they've nerfed this spec a couple times in beta, but it still seems pretty phenomenal in keys. Right?
Windwalker's a real
yeah,
chance.
it's very good. I think it's a
Living
little
the
bit lacking
Windwalker
in
dream.
single target compared to other OP
See,
specs,
now Kenny has
but
no
it
excuse
does
for being
have
trash.
Insane AoE execute with the Todd thing, like just being able to spam
I
Todd.
got Windwalker.
class tree, so it's a strength of any monk, but especially Windwalker because you'll be in that melee stack. And with the other specs we're seeing here, it looks like we're predicting a
No
2 or 3
Bloodlust in this
melee
S tier and Havoc tier
in
so
many
far.
keys. That being said, we do have one range
Preservation.
DPS spec that has ascended to the S tier, and that is the Demonologician. Demonology.
That's not
lock.
true. I
What
doubt
are
DPS
the-
Tom
I guess, how is
in
this
our
different
Mythic
than
Zero on my
the-
Prot Warrior.
the Shadowlands demo lock,
Explain
and why is
that,
it all the way up here in
Dranos.
S?
I think that one of the biggest reasons that it's in S tier. So first off, its damage, like its AoE damage, is not anything crazy, but its single target damage is still fairly strong comparing it to other classes. The biggest thing that, and one of the biggest reasons that Demonology is in S tier, kind of consistent with the other S tier specs in Havoc, is that they're also unkillable. And I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
something
the
that
rise of
they
Resto
don't need
Shaman
healing,
and
so your healer's able
Preservation
to-
Evokers for
really
Bloodlust.
slow.
Dude.
So, and I mean, there are so many caster mobs this expansion.
We didn't talk about it too much, but numbing poison from both of the rogue specs is also very silly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
All right, let's pop down to the A tier. Up first
Oh,
here we
Fury
have the
fail?
Enhancement Shaman, which
No,
I haven't seen too much of this
boo,
on beta
coconut.
keys that I've been
Eh.
watching, but I've heard that might be because it requires a
Won't even bring
150
Wind
IQ
Fury,
to
man.
pilot
It's
this spec in
trash.
keys. But in theory, do we like it for the damage? What's the rationale behind enhancement?
It's mostly that it's like priority damage and single target damage
It
is
is
like incredibly
impossible
high.
for me to look at a tier list and not, even though they're all S tier, Fury Warrior is still in like 9th place or whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's what's wrong with these lists. These are all on par with each other, but that's not how I see it. I see enhancement as being like 6th worst. That's how I see it.
Like even after the 20, okay, so first off, you got or nerfed by 25%, and then they kind of cut back on that a little bit, and they're like, all right, 25% was too much. Enhancement prior to the 25% or nerf was
Yeah, no one
already
cares about
really
enhancement
doing-
shaman. Everybody who
dropping,
plays
like,
them's an idiot or
AG.
Scottish.
Potentially to go and get
Which
it.
I don't know if you're gonna drop AG to get it.
Actually, it's right below Thundershock. If you're taking Thundershock, it's only 1 more point. So
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's
I
worth.
don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what their builds currently look like. Either way, next one on our list here is
Come on.
Frost Mage.
What?
Now, this is our first mage spec that we've got here, and we're predicting that it's going to be Frost is the go-to mage in the high keys. What are the strengths and weaknesses of this one versus, say, the other mage specs? And do we think that, I mean, often mage does make its way into the high keys. Is that something we're expecting
Actually
to see maybe in the very
clueless.
highest keys,
Unbelievable.
or
I've
not as
played
much
with a
this
Frost
season?
Mage today.
Speaking of mage versus mage specs, you want to know what's messed up about Frost Mage right now?
Oh, do tell.
It took Fire Breath or Flame. What do you call it? DB. It took
Dragon's
DB
Breath.
and it took Flame Wave or the hell from Fire Mages. Like, how is that allowed? You have a class that already gives infinite slows, and it now took all of the utility that Fire Mage brought.
Yeah.
So I felt like that part is insane.
All right, Frost
Attention.
Mage.
I think that you're going to want to ideally
Next.
pick up a Lust from somewhere in the DPS if you are playing with like a non-Lust healer.
Yeah, it'll definitely depend heavily on if you're bringing.
No,
in
mages
a
have
Resto
Lust, I
Druid
guess.
Or Evoker.
Come on,
All right, up next
Fury.
we have the Retribution Paladin.
No,
Which
man.
what's our thoughts here behind putting Ret all the way up
No,
in AF?
man.
I've heard a lot of Ret complaining. throughout
Absolutely
beta. Are we
not.
thinking that it's
No
like it's
way.
the cleave that makes it good in M+ still.
I mean, the big
No,
reason that it's
dude.
like, not great in raid, but it's decent in M+ is because they're actually able to press consecration. I think is the big thing, and like a lot of their AoE is focused around consecration. Their damage is good. It's not like
I feel like a
absolutely
living
tip-top tier, but
queef.
it is like really solid damage, and they're able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do a
Ret
decent
Paladins
amount
are
of
really
overall, but
good.
There's some pretty glaring
I
weaknesses.
can press
right,
Divide
Dorky, to
Storm. No one
Ret.
fucking cares.
Probably like even the highest amongst the.
Uninstall
APs.
Ret Pallies.
Although I would say their single target is a little bit lackluster.
Can't be beat
They're
here.
being more of a
Right?
AoE specialist at the moment.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
They're
Come on, boys,
actually
don't
just
let me
melee
down.
like melee hunter survivability though.
All right, up next we have the Feral Druid. This has got to be the
way.
highest Feral Druid has been
come
tiered in
on.
an M+ tier list
What?
since Mythic Plus has been added to
This
the
is
game, right?
outrageous.
What has changed for
This
Feral
is
that brings it up this high?
outrageous.
The biggest thing by far is it actually.
not
does damage now.
re-rolling.
Like not only can
There's
it
no
do
fucking
damage
way.
over time, but also just does like way more upfront damage. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can actually burst so much harder by putting up all your dots instantly and ferocious bite. And AoE now,
Fury
all
is
that stuff.
really,
Yeah,
really
this class
good.
Does a lot of
It's
damage.
really, really
It
good. It's
also
a solid
brings,
choice.
what do you call it? Nature's Vigil. Nature's
It's
Vigil. is
just,
insane.
it's got Rallying
I've
Cry,
seen Feral Druids out healing Yumi TV
right?
many times over.
It's got
the only
Feral
problem with the Feral
Druid.
Druid at the moment.
Lacking if they can die, like they can die. I
Do
think it's one
not
of the
put
biggest
Fury and
One
beat
thing
it.
I would say is that I could definitely see Feral Druid being played in like quote unquote meta comp. if you
Don't
don't have a
copium
Druid.
me, right?
Like, just having Mark
None of you
Wild
play
being
any of these
brought is
classes.
Very big.
things. You can also B-res healers.
That is true.
All right, now a spec that doesn't have B-Res is Fury Warrior, but that is still going to make it into our A tier.
A tier,
Does
baby.
have Battle Shot, does have Rally.
Important to remember, all these classes are as equally good as each other. Fury could have come there, it could have come here, but they're all equally as good. Good stuff.
As well. Quite a bit of value this time around. Fury has historically been pretty great in rot damage situations too, because they can do quite a bit of self-healing and sustain
A-tier.
for those sorts of things.
Suck it.
Although against a lot of heavy incoming one-shot style damage, things get a
No
little
battle
dicier,
rest
right?
though. Somebody
yeah, so
else
like
could
Cold
do
Steel,
that.
Hot Blood, Impending Victory, and Rage Regen,
Right?
and like Rallying Cry,
It's
D-Stance,
worse
and
than
Spell Reflect are all
Feral.
things
It's
that
not. You're reading the fucking chart wrong. This is A tier. All of these are A tier. All of them, right? The order is insignificant. That's not
Fury
what it's
Warrior
about.
regularly has, and like, all right, once you start listing off that many defensive abilities on top of the fact that their AoE
not
damage is
10th
fairly
place.
solid and it's like pretty bursty.
You're
I mean,
in the
it
chat
looks pretty
right
good
to
for
left.
Fury. I think that it's reasonable
Fury
to
is
put them in
bottom
A tier.
A tier.
Are
It's
they
all
like a
A tier.
universal pick? No. Are they
Yo,
a
what happened
DPS
to
that could slot
Hunters,
into a
though?
third
Real
slot and have
talk.
pretty
Any
solid
Hunters? Mod
success?
check?
Yeah, I think that's
Where the
I think
Hunters
that's like a
at?
reasonable expectation for them.
Agreed. They're also just much tankier than before. I mean, the big thing is, being able to
Where the
use
Hunters
Ignore
at?
Pain and shield block and all the passive healing they
Yikes.
have, the amount of leech they have. It's
It'd be
pretty
really
crazy.
sad if you were
All
playing
right,
a
now
Hunter
putting
right now.
Shadow Priest up here in the A tier. I've played Shadow Priest in a lot of high tiers in my life in these tier lists before a patch, and it's never worked out so far. This time for sure, though. What is making us think Shadow's going to be a good pick?
You want to talk about the story?
So here's how I see Shadow Priest. I've played with many Shadow Priests in my beta life. I've also seen a lot of Shadow Priests, and God, I hate playing with Shadow Priest, man. It is miserable.
Because
Not
that's
only
their
do they
personalities,
want
right?
to constantly chain mobs, and they're also wanting to pull around their cooldown, their void form, whatever the hell. But also, they have a 45-second long kick, and that is very problematic in these Dragonflight dungeons that require a lot of interrupts.
Yeah.
They're also not that tanky, but they do really good damage. Like I've seen them pop off in many situations. They're solid damage all around, and the utility is really good.
But remember, playing with them is miserable. Miserable.
They could,
miserable. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
6
this is
months
like
ago.
D tier from last season. Yeah.
I'm guessing C, I think, every single time. So I think that like just historically
That
these
is very
specs
miserable.
aren't particularly strong. And so I don't
I've
think
only
we're
had
see them a
one
lot, but I
main
do
spec.
think
Where's
that they
Elemental? I
bring
thought Elemental
some
would be up
very
there.
strong elements to their
I'd
kit,
play with
which,
some
like, warrant
Pampas.
them to be, I mean, at least considered for a third DPS slot in a lot of cases.
yeah, I mean they're just like really solid. Like
Oh, whatever's whatever's D tier is going to be
Actually do good
fucking
damage, though.
shambles in a
All
minute.
right, our final A tier spec is Unholy Death Knight. Dorky, this spec has been one of your one of the
Unholy
ones that
DK?
you've played
Oh, I love
on
this
and off,
spec.
I guess, at different times. Yeah, what's the deal with Unholy in Dragonflight?
So Unholy DK, this class does insane on.
Hey guys, Fury Warrior is better than Unholy DK. All right.
AoE damage.
That's a good place to
as
be.
it has done historically.
That's a good place to be.
This reminds me a lot of BFA when I played Unholy DK a bunch.
It is. Look,
It's extremely good. It will do
Fury.
a lot of overall damage.
In
and
fact,
specific-
you know what's even sadder, Unholy DKs? You're shitter than Shadow Priests. Fucking druggy losers. Druggy losers. That's upsetting. That's upsetting.
big dungeons. It's also very much unkillable. Probably more unkillable than before.
Where are the hunters?
Especially
I
'cause,
don't
you have
know.
short
Like,
AMS now. AMS is also
hunters appear
stronger.
to
You've
have been
got
put in the
Permafrost,
bin.
You've got Lichborn DR. You've got IBF. So you've got a ton of stuff.
It's
as
more
Unholy
bowel
DK.
syndrome, baby.
Dungeons, you can
Unholy.
pull big
All
even
right,
if you
what's
wanted
next?
to.
So this is
You're
it
not
now.
really
Everything
gated by
else
the
is
tanks
B
for
tier or
survival. You're
below.
gated by the amount of kicks and the amount of.
I'm surprised
dangerous
Evoker is so
mechanics.
low down.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
you're just not going to be.
That's
playing big in
toxic.
Dragonflight.
All right, moving on down to the B tier, which I think there's actually quite a few specs in B tier that I expect to be maybe even easier to leverage in like pug keys than we have for our A tier.
Okay, so what Dranos is saying there is if you're playing any of the specs that he's about to say, you belong in pugs. Do not ask to join an organized group. You're fucking poor. You're not welcome. You're dirty. You stink. Your feet are rotten. So if you're playing any of the specs below, say, Fury Warrior, you're human garbage. Okay? Human garbage.
Some of our A tier specs. So again, note that this may not line up with what you see being good in the weekly 15s. That being said, our first B tier spec, actually, I do think is still going to be worse than the other rogue specs. It's assassination for in 15s
Poison
and in high keys.
Boys.
I think this one is going to be a noticeable chunk behind.
That's okay, though. You've got
Subtlety
2
and
specs in
Outlaw,
S tier, right?
It seemed like it was just like I played with it a decent amount.
The only
over
reason
the
you're
past
not going to
couple
be
days,
playing
especially after it
Outlaw
got
or
buffed
Sub
most
is because
recently. And it
Blizzard
seemed like it was
doesn't
just, like,
pay you $5 a month or
decent
whatever.
amount of damage
That's okay.
behind both Sub and Outlaw. Now, it
Feels
does have
bad
some
for
things
hunters
going
right
for it
now.
positively. First off, it's a rogue. It can't die. It has all the rogue utility. On top of the rogue utility, it also has
Feels
the
bad.
ability to be able to growth silence 8 mobs, which
No
is really,
Boomkin
really
yet.
good in some dungeons.
No Moonkins.
For some periods of time.
D tier
But they also
Moonkins.
require catering around. You have to re-stealth. You're not allowed
Low
to chain
Fury's
pull too
Pokemon
much. It's like,
DPS.
I don't know. This is super annoying. And then on top of that, they have 2 other specs that are like really
Yeah,
high on the tier
Moonkin's
list.
the worst spec in the
it's difficult
entire
to put a third
game.
rogue spec any higher than B, I think.
So one thing I don't really know about Sin is, does this spec require building?
Let's go forward.
Reduced damage for 8 seconds on the mobs that you've corroded.
I think
and you're
next
hitting
in the
8 mobs with that,
B
like
tier-
that does own at the start of a
You
lot
could-
of
Arms Warrior,
You could
probably.
oppressive roar the garrote
Probably the
silence.
Arms Warrior brothers.
Oh my god.
That's what it's
The
going to be.
wombo combo.
That'd be epic.
Next spec on our list here is the Arcane Mage. Arcane has gotten a buff a few weeks ago, and since then it's actually been sort of popping off on the damage meters in keys.
So it's a bit contentious as to whether or not Frost or Arcane is going to be the preferred mage spec for M+. I think that we ended up leaning towards like Frost being slightly better just due to the
Arms will
the
be
slows.
C tier?
Arcane,
Yeah, maybe.
It may do a
Yeah,
little bit more
maybe.
damage in some situations,
Arms
but like a
has
big
its own
downside of
tier
it
at
is
the
like the way
bottom.
it does damage
Who
being
cares?
super
These are all
cooldown
pug
reliant,
specs anyway.
forced to hardcast
No
so many
serious
abilities.
player would play
Frost,
any
I
of
don't
these
think, I don't
specs.
see it going anything higher than A. It looks like it's going to be good in raid.
Only
in particular,
selfish-
but, like,
selfish
realistically, if I'm doing
players would
something,
play
I'll just
any of
kind like,
these
swap
B-tier
Frost and
specs and
Arcane
below.
from A and B. I just don't see it going any higher
Unbelievable.
than A, realistically, unless it is just that much better damage-wise than it seems.
Assassination
All right, we
Maid.
are placing
Such.
the newest class in the game.
Evoker!
Here in the B tier
There
with
it is,
Devastation
B tier.
Evoker. This one, I actually feel like the way that Devastation works, it's going to be a really nice pug key spec.
Mm-hmm.
But as we start getting into higher keys, what makes us think that it's going
You're a
to
dick,
start
Finn.
to maybe fall off a little bit compared to the specs we've tiered above it?
I do think that you could have like made an argument to put this in A. I think that this is like a really close cutoff spec for whether or not it's in A or B. Realistically, the upside of Devastation Evoker is like, for one, it brings a Bloodlust, which I mean we talked about. Like, you can play as Preservation Evoker, but if you're not playing that, you're likely going to want to find lust
my
elsewhere.
group, yeah.
And their damage is fairly solid. Their overall damage, especially
Don't get me
like
wrong,
you mentioned in
Devastation
lower
was soloing
keys,
dungeons,
is
no
pretty
shot.
good.
Doesn't matter in
It's
higher
not
Mythic
the
Plus, 'cause
absolute
you know where
top
you're
tier or
soloing
anything,
dungeons
but
there.
It's not something that you're like, you feel bad playing whenever you look at the damage meter after the run. I think the big downside though
Soloing
is like their
dungeons don't mean
survivability.
shit right now.
The Obsidian Scales is like decent, especially since now that you
Where
have 2
are the
charges of it.
hunters?
But realistically, outside of that, and then like some
Hunters in
living
fucking
flame healing,
shambles, man.
you don't really have too much else. Like, if you have like Zephyr,
shambles.
like a bleed dispel, like all of those things are really good. But it's not going to help the Devastation Evoker live first, fourth cast on
Oh,
Overgrown Nation or
Moonkin's
stuff
in
like
D.
that, right?
Tails is
Yeah,
never
they have
going to rate a
Renewing Blaze
Moonkin
as well if
highly.
they want, right? The thing that's like,
Never.
as long as you don't actually get one shot, you heal back up all the damage over 8 seconds, which is pretty cool, but...
In the
Yeah.
eyes of all
Going forward, it doesn't seem
Moonkin
like it's,
players, Moonkids are essentially orphans and
super sick
potato
at
sacks, running
like,
around
anything
falling
in
over with bloody
particular.
noses.
I do think it's not bad though. Maybe Dork has
Even while they're topping the
When I'm
damage the
looking at
rest of
A
us
tier,
see.
I
That's
do
what
feel like
Moonkin players
maybe
see.
it could belong in the A tier. I mean, it
Yeah.
does do extremely competitive damage, and it does bring the lust since it's like, you know,
Skip.
yeah,
knock up. So I mean,
yeah, a good
it
amount
does.
of AoE stops.
It brings some nice stuff. It's more of a situation of like the dungeons do so much damage. I just
Right,
don't know
hunts
how
are
they're
definitely
gonna be able to
coming
live
up, dudes.
Once you start to get
You wouldn't
higher
be
levels,
below
and then they
both
don't do-
warrior
they
specs,
don't
would
do
you?
absolute top tier damage. Their
That would be
damage is not
terrible,
bad,
wouldn't it,
though.
Hunters? If you were
All
below
right, another
both
spec that we're a
warrior
little bit
specs.
concerned about in terms of survivability in the high keys. We've got Beast Mastery Hunter.
Oh,
which,
shambles!
Hunter, whenever we tier Hunter, we always talk about it being a fragile class. Actually, it's kind of gotten worse this expansion as well because you've lost Marksman's Advantage, which
And
was
you'd
like
have
a
to play
10%
BM.
PR against bosses last expansion. And they
Oofus.
kind of haven't gained all that much in their tree, especially when you think
Oofus.
about how much other classes have
Okay, the
gained
highest Hunter
defensively.
spec is BM.
So that's my biggest fear about Hunters. How do you guys feel about BM?
If there's one thing, so here's what I said last night to my stream about Hunters. I said, Hunter is the worst class in the game.
I agree.
As a whole, it's actually ridiculous. Their only useful utility before Binding Shot is worthless now, which is actually like really sad. They also just die. Like, the class is extremely squishy and doesn't have any way of sustaining.
I tend to agree that it's the worst class in the game. It's like
I
so,
agree
so
as
the
well.
upsides of BM and why it's in B is like their damage is fairly solid. They do like okay AoE. They do
Hunters
pretty
in
okay single target.
ruins.
It's not like any of their damage is really of concern to the point where you're looking to rank them anything lower. But like there is a major
that's
issue
funny.
with their defensive. So first off, they have Fortitude the Bear, Survival
You'll
of the
be
Fittest,
fine,
Aspect of the
guys.
Turtle, and Exil. Those are all their
Look,
defensives, and they're all.
Set your, just
I would
set your
describe them as
limitations
bad
where you want it to
defensives
be.
on long cooldowns.
You can do a +5.
And if you
Keith,
have four
and we'll
really
cheer
like,
you on
if
the
you
whole
have
way.
four bad defensives on long
You'll be
cooldowns
fine.
and no real way to
Nerf is definitely tragic for what was a unique piece of Hunter utility and is now just a much worse AoE stun than every other AoE stun in the game.
I hope that they get like they need like one more really good defensive button in my opinion.
All right, up next we have the Elemental Shaman,
Oh,
which
Ellie's
throughout
B?
beta cycle, this one
Unlucky.
has had, I would say,
We still
it's got
haven't
one
had
of the
Arms
most
Warrior yet. What
promising
the hell?
talent trees.
Yeah.
It has a lot of different cool builds you can go with it, like lava build, lightning build. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do there. Why do we have Elemental here in B?
So I've heard some really high copiums that Ellie Shaman belongs higher. Well, I don't know, man. I've played with Zyro playing Ellie a bunch, and it seemed okay at best. Like, it does good damage. AG is insanely good.
Yeah.
Another
They
less class
just
as
die
well.
a lot. They die a lot for sure. Like, one thing I've noticed is we've been playing with a lot of OP classes, right? And
Yeah.
We're just doing these keys. We have Zyro in there. We also have a Havoc and a Demo Lock.
What's
and
this?
anytime there's any group damage
this
happening, you already
rearrangement?
know who's the first one who's gonna die. It's been
Do these guys know their stuff? Yeah, they do. yeah, they do. They very, very much know their stuff.
Zyro time
Yeah.
and time again.
So like
Now,
yeah.
are we sure it's not just Zyro being bad, or
It could
Yeah,
very
they
well
very,
be
very
the
much
case,
know their stuff.
but his argument is one heal. I just needed one heal.
this so
compelling counter argument?
I think Ellie and Devastation are kind of in a similar spot where they actually have a decent amount of upside to the point where you
Hold on. There's no way you're trying this hard, dude. Anyone hating Havoc, you suck. Blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Windwonka is strong. Shut the fuck up. Windwonka is broken. Stop whining. Windwonka is broken as fuck. Man, this stream so far is sad as fuck. This is toxic. Whinging Pom. Whinging Pom. Whinging Pommy. What a bunch of entitled pricks at Preach. God, you're toxic. Are you... What is the matter with you, man? What? How are you a real person? How the fuck are you a real human being? Windwonka strong. It's so strong. Average chatting. Can you imagine if your chat history looked like this? Like, you know, the only thing you can do if your chat history looks like this is roll a hunter and go to LFR where you belong. Because it's literally the only place you belong when you look. If your chat history looked like this, I think it's fundamentally correct that you have to go and play a hunter for the rest of the expansion. For sure, hunter player. Goodbye, my friend. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Average Preach fan. Kind of true.
I mean,
kind of a true.
Damage in particular is not really that bad.
Strong, though.
The issue with Ellie, at least from my perspective, is like it's a jack of all trades, like master of none.
Yeah, the
next.
one
Come on, Arms Warrior!
It's more ambiguous. I think reasonably so. Anyways.
Yeah, we're just hard separating them.
Yeah.
Please abandon my friend.
Okay, we got Affliction Warlock up next here in
No!
B. Now, towards the end of Shadowlands, this spec was doing twice
Higher
as much
than
DPS
Destro?
as any other spec in the Faded raids. So how is this only in B in our M+ tier list?
So it's like a ranged Unholy Death Knight. So Unholy Death Knight was really good whenever you were setting up for it. It was incredibly good in these MDI style pulls where you're doing like massive AoE. It was particularly like an Algathar Academy specialist. Affliction Warlock is very similar. Their AoE damage, especially on high target counts, is incredibly high. Actually, some of the highest DPS in the game, to the point where you could actually see sometimes Affliction Warlocks kind of competing with some of these other top tier specs in Algathar Academy. The downside is that they do like 35k single target DPS, which is it's like notoriously bad at single target damage. And while they're good at 1 out of 8 dungeons,
look,
really bad in a lot of dungeons I've seen. But it is still Warlock spec, so I feel like bad gives it enough to be put in the B. So, you know, yeah, I think B is very good for Afflock.
I think it's pretty reasonable. Like, their defensiveness is stupid. They're a Warlock, yeah.
All right, rounding out our B tier, we have the Frost Death Knight, which
Arms is
I'm actually,
C tier?
I think for like people pugging keys, DK, it's gonna be really annoying because you either are playing Unholy or Frost, and both kind of have similar like. If you're in a pug situation, people
both the remaining
not pulling big enough for your unholy DK. They're pulling slowly enough that your Breath of Cindergosa is falling off. You're playing Frost. I guess maybe you can play Obliteration keys. I don't know how that works, Dorky. What's your stance on Frost in key?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what Frost is like.
There's no way Arms is D tier.
Anyone play it, but
there's no
one thing
way.
I can say about it is, if Breath is the best build, Breath
no
will
way.
never be good in M+. It's just the way Breath is designed.
So here's the deal with Frost.
No way. Maybe that won't be a D tier.
Mobs and dies,
right? There's a chance there won't be a D tier.
Your healer because Yumi TV is dead, or you know maybe the pack just dies in 5 seconds because everyone's pressing their cooldowns. So there are just like so many downsides.
It won't be Arms Warrior. There's no way.
If Breath wasn't
long
of a cooldown, or if it wasn't such a if you actually did damage outside of Breath, it would be okay.
Fire Mage will be D. Oh no.
Yeah. All right, we get down to our C tier.
I fucking told you.
Over on the Wowhead page, we have this defined.
You cannot put Moonkin in D tier. There's no way, Tells.
Broader dungeon compositions, they have multiple of either survivability, utility, or damage holding them back, making them difficult to excel with at a higher level. And yet, our first C tier spec is Fire Mage, which has been one of the most common good specs in the history of M+. What's
Still
changed here?
Okay.
Dude, that Ignite nerf. Okay, so they got like I think like 2 Ignite nerfs in a row. The first, okay, so first off, Fire Mage was only really niche at like higher levels of keys anyways, because you needed trash packs to live long enough for them to be able to really get their Ignite built up and do a lot of damage.
And then they nerfed it, no, that was the B tier.
That was not enough.
And then they confirmed. All right, Fire.
There was always an issue with Pures.
Who cares? You've got Arcade and Frost above that. That's fine.
If you were the 3rd best spec of whatever class.
Yeah, it is very true. They are the weakest mage easily.
Yeah.
All right, up next. The Balanced Druid, down in the C tier.
Hey, I'm generous of you, Tettles, to put it in C.
Why do they got to buff you guys this time?
I mean, the utility's still some of the best in the game. I think that it would be ridiculous to say that anything other than utility wise, Boomkin is one of the best specs just for DPS. The damage is like really bad. The damage is really bad, and the way it does damage is not great. So you have like really high long ramp time, similar to Fire Mage. So it takes you a while to get your damage going, somewhere in the order of like 15 seconds.
I don't think we've played with the Moonkin yet. It might be true. I don't know, but traditionally it's not.
Seconds minimum, which is like okay.
I don't think we've played with any
last over
Moonkins.
45 seconds pretty consistently. You are doing a world first level of key, which is not like something that you're going to see all too often. On top of that, their damage once it does get rolling, not good. Their survivability, people have this notion that their survivability is like super sick. It's pretty average. They didn't gain anything realistically. It's probably like bottom half survivability, but there's a lot of specs that have ridiculous survivability now. So it's one of those situations where it's like,
remains
it's okay.
to be seen.
If its survivability
I want to
was
see
its
the
weakest
proof.
trait, it probably would be a lot higher.
One thing I would say about Boomkin is I sort of feel like it suffers from the same thing as Fire Mage.
I think they released this today.
Like 90% of the time, but I do feel like
18 hours ago.
Ever see
So I guess they were aware of the nerfs when they did this in the buffs.
Belongs higher than the C. C definitely feels a little bit low for Boomkins, but yeah, I guess like on average it's probably closer to a C.
Their damage,
possibly even a D.
Their damage is like if you're basing it purely off damage, it's not good. But
I mean, I've definitely seen. Because like I was playing with Goop a bit, playing Boomkin, and he's definitely been performing really well on it. But that's also if we're doing like hierarchies and we're actually playing around in Karn.
I don't think Donkey agrees with the C.
Around it. It's like okay, yeah, maybe it's not like that bad.
Not always.
I saw what's
up
next.
next we
Wait,
have
Arms Warrior's still not been
Destruction
picked.
Warlock, how the mighty have fallen from Havoc tier last season down
Do
to
not put
C
Arms
here.
in
Obviously,
D
they
tier.
lost their
Oh,
set
come
bonus.
on.
What else has changed to bring Destro into the dumpster?
I talked to Kalamazzi a decent bit about this. So there was like previously you play like a Reign of Chaos build, and so now you end up having to play like a more Chaos Bolt right side oriented build for Destrolock. Their single target damage is not bad.
No one
It's actually
cares
kind of
about
similar
Warlock
to
problems.
the amount of single to BNC.
No one cares.
Yeah,
Warlocks are always
similar
fucking
to the
crying.
situation where you already have.
All right, hang on.
Deep-
What have we got left? We've got Arms and both Hunter specs. This is really sad. There's no other DPS specs, is there? It's just Arms, MM, and Survival. That's all that's left. Jesus Christ. This is tragic.
Emo up there, so
Yeah.
Destro belongs down there.
Where they have like really tangible reasons that they would be brought to very specific things.
Agreed.
All right, closing
Not
out our
D
C
tier.
tier.
Last
we have
one.
the Arms Warrior, another spec. I don't know, has Cryptic been trying this one
Both
as well?
Hunter specs are in D.
I mean, I've seen him play Fury, but I haven't seen anyone play Arms at all. I have no idea what Arms is like.
Both Hunter specs
so
are D
a
tier.
problem with this spec as well is that when you play AoE talents, you lose quite a bit of single target, is my understanding of Arms
Oh,
and
good
Dragonflight.
shit,
So
dude.
there's like a Bladestorm build or a Juggernaut Execute build, and it's like having to pick between the two of those is not it does Arms basically no favors. In addition to that, their survivability. We talked about how good Fury Warrior survivability was, but Arms has to give up basically like 4 points in the class tree that Fury didn't, so they actually lose a decent amount of survivability. Now they did just get buffed a little
Fuck
bit.
this
So they
game.
again, we talked.
I take
Their
my
single
tier list
target
very
damage then
seriously.
plus,
I
especially
can't do a
outside of
single
execute,
dungeon now.
is bad, like really, really bad.
Holy bad.
It's not Marksmanship Hunter, but it's not good.
Whoa, spoilers! All right, yeah,
hold
closing.
up. Okay.
Closing out our tier list, we do have the remaining 2 Hunter specs down in D tier, both Survival and MM.
Oh, say a prayer for our friends.
we talked a little bit about the
Say a
weaknesses of the
prayer.
Hunter class in general. Survival actually has a little bit of extra like self-sustain, right, compared to the other Hunter specs, but still we're talking about an extremely fragile class and then 2 specs that don't appear to do insane amounts of damage to potentially justify it, right?
So Survival Hunter is decent single target, bad AoE, and it's a Hunter. So it's got really bad survivability. These are not qualities you want to have like in a DPS for M+. You don't want one of the big notes to be bad AoE. Wildfire Bomb just doesn't do that much damage anymore. And realistically, they have the Hunter issue where they have 4 medium bad defensives.
Hey.
Where it's like, okay, yeah, you have
Remember,
decent
I
amount of
didn't
buttons,
make
but
the
like none of
list.
them really do anything. Marksmanship's
Very
big deal.
important
It's like,
that you remember
their
that.
AoE is slightly better, but
Okay.
they have like the worst
Look.
single target.
From our throne up here on the A and S tiers, we feel bad for you down there. We do. We do. No, I'm not inviting you, but we do feel bad about it. We look at our friends from on our thrones up on our... It's not easy being gods. It's not. You don't know. You don't know. We wish for a simple life like yours, where we can't get into groups. We wish for that, but we can't. And we have to take our responsibilities and do what we have to do with them. Okay? You know what I mean? We got to do that. The crowds are
They got
heavy.
a 10%
You know what I
buff.
mean?
I think they could use 15% more.
It's the A
Yeah,
minus Fury Warriors
it's quite
plus.
bad from what I've heard about single target. So
the tiers are interchangeable in the
I agree.
line,
That's
guys.
something that we're
They really
fingers
are.
crossed for.
Fury
Buff
could have
on.
been
Dorky,
here.
do you have I guess we already talked a little bit
Could
about
have
how
been
you think
here.
Hunter's the worst class in the game. Any additional thoughts on MM or
Oh, yeah.
Serve?
No idea.
It just happens to be where it is.
Their utility, none. None. They have none.
Yeah, the binding was a huge thing for hunters, and now non-existent. Of course, you're still looking at specs that have, trank shot, a couple other little things here or there that they can bring utility-wise.
Trunk
but,
shot's good.
Yeah, tremendous pain. for
Misdirect.
hunters worldwide. Anyways, that is our M+ DPS tier list. Let us know in the comments what you think about it. This is also
I bet the comment section's great. Oh, not that bad so far. I love how everyone gets so offended not seeing their spec in the S+ tier. Tank tier list? I don't know if they've done one. Yeah. Oh, everyone seems pretty happy, actually. Everyone seems pretty happy. There we go. GG wow. Is this what they've done? Oh, the tag tier list. I did click this at some point.
From Dorky himself.
How
we're
out of
starting
date
off
is
hot
this,
with-
though? Oh, this is from yesterday. Oh, okay.
Where are you putting Bear?
So I'll just start off by saying I don't think any tank in particular is outstanding. They're all pretty close. Bear tank is pretty
Bear's
good. I'll
number
put it
one.
in A. Initially, I would have had it at S, but I do feel like there are some things holding it back from.
Oh, predictions. Warrior just got a slight nerf. I think didn't Prot Pally get a little buff? I don't think anything's going to be D tier. I don't think anything's going to be D tier. I'm trying to think what might be slightly weaker. I don't know how Vengeance is doing. Vengeance is always hit or miss. Vengeance is either really strong or not. Blood's generally consistently very good. Brewmaster always gets rated low, and then everybody brings a Brewmaster. I don't know. I haven't felt like any of the tanks were really weak. The only time I felt weak on the alpha when we played the tanks was the Prot Pally, and that recently got some changes. Everything else felt pretty good. I didn't tank on Brewmaster on the alpha, I don't think. But they've done a lot of class changes since then.
That S
So let's
tier
see.
tank. This doesn't mean that.
All right, so Druid
it's a
is
great
A.
tank for anyone looking to get into.
Okay, we'll
tanking.
skip the details for now.
So I
You can
think
listen to the
all
details
Bears
if you
will
want
be
to.
happy about that one. Another tank that is another big fan favorite, Blood Decay. Where are you putting Blood Decay? I'm sure you've been playing this one a lot.
Yeah, so Blood Decay, I'm also gonna put in the A tier, as
A
with many
tier.
other tank specs. You'll see later on.
Yeah, I kind of think that probably.
sounds
I
like
don't think.
Blood Decay,
I haven't
at least from
heard,
my
or at least from anybody I've
experiences,
spoke
if
to,
you
that any of the
be
tank
looking
specs
at
are
their health bars.
particularly in the
Alright,
bin.
So next tank, this is a tank that always confuses me because it seems like it's doing insane damage, but it also seems like it dies instantly. It seems like it's gotten a lot harder. Where are you putting Brewmaster?
Yeah, but still,
on this
Purple,
tier
you
list?
have always have
Brewmaster's a tough one,
Brewmasters
'cause
surviving
they did
things
recently
that
get
shouldn't be
buffed, but
survivable.
also damaged.
Even if they're ranked
I'll probably
lowly.
put in the A tier too, because I think it's just as capable as
Brewmaster
these other
A
tanks,
tier?
especially after
Okay.
the change. Previously, I probably going up in the leaderboards, but for now, I do think that's definitely the biggest weak side of Brewmaster.
All right, well, you put 3 tanks in the A tier. We got to find a tank that goes somewhere else. This tank was so not good for all of Shadowlands, so this is definitely going to be a bad tank. Prot Warrior. Where would you be putting Prot Warrior for Dragonflight Season 1?
So Prot Warrior has gotten the biggest upgrades. Like every single talent on Prot Warrior is insane. I'm gonna have to put in the A tier. I'm just kidding. This is the S tier tank. I will put this in the S tier. So I don't actually feel like Pro Warrior is that insane.
I wonder if
do
this
feel
is
like Pro Warrior is a
pre-nerf.
little bit overhyped.
They're still really good,
However, Pro Warrior does do a lot of damage and it's unkillable. You can put it in the hands of someone who's completely new to tanking.
Hard physical or magic or whatever. It seems like a lot
The
of
type
the
of
tanks are
encounter in
capable
general,
of doing.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's cool. All right, so the next tank.
So
This
for
one is a hard one
success.
because it recently got a change, and we're not
I
able
guess.
to see exactly how this played out. But protection.
this is
Paladin,
after
I feel
the
like This
changes.
is a pug favorite. I feel like I see more.
Yeah, this
prop
is after the
paladins than
changes,
pugs
okay.
Than any other tank.
This one's definitely a heavily underrated one. I talked with Prop Paladin expert Drogo, who plays with some streamer healer. They usually have a lot of keys, but you know, he is a Prop Paladin expert. I've also talked with Yodad H. This tank does seem like it's very capable of doing really well. I mean, these guys have it as their #1 tank. It's not even Warrior. This is like straight up Prop Paladin #1 tank. But I do feel like it just belongs in A. It's another A tier tank that is capable of doing everything
Are we looking
really
at
well.
tanks overall in
And
pretty
it is
good
still
shape
very
then?
important, but it is what it is. If you want to play Prop Paladin, you have to be in your consecrate.
Well, all right. Speaking of kite meta, the last tank that we have to rank so far, you said that all the tanks were kind of like close together. With the very last one, we have.
This is
Vengeance
boring.
Demon
We need
Hunter.
something
Where
in
are you putting
detail so
our-
people
our
can get
kite meta
irrationally
friend?
upset
This
about
is
it.
the last tank I'll put in S tier. I feel like this is
Aw,
probably the highest
boo!
chance of
Boo
being
this.
one of the
Nah,
top.
I hate this. It's no good if everybody's doing all right. Right? What are we all supposed to do? Walk around and suck each other off? What the fuck is this? Yeah, like, put something in the bin. I want some drama with my fucking tier lists. That's what I want. I'm not here for a happy-go-lucky time. This is garbage. Disappointing. Disappointing. Let me swallow this down deep. Disappointing. I'll link that channel as well, because it looks like the guys are going to make some good stuff. And I will be casting with Drachnos and Sentinels in Switzerland. They're coming. I shall bring this up. The healer tier. Okay, very quickly. At least you're playing a solid tank after Fury being so far down. All right, what's our predictions here? Resto Druid S. I'm kind of going off what Crusher thinks, and that's always a dangerous place. He like really doesn't like his shaman. I haven't heard anything about Mistweavers at all. Like, Preservation seems pretty solid. Resto Druid seems rock solid. I think Holy Priest has been heavily nerfed, so Holy Priest might have dropped down to be like B. I don't know. I don't know where Dis lies. Holy Paladin's usually just A. Like, Holy Paladins are usually just really strong. I think Holy Priest might be B. I don't know about Dis at all. I'd have to guess at Dis. I can't. For Mythic Plus, though. Dis and Mythic Plus. You gotta remember this is a Mythic Plus tier list. So Disc might be C for Mythic Plus.
What healer do you want to hear about first? I'm not going to be able to break it down into one, but I'm going to give you two. So the first meta healer that I'm going to put in the S tier is Restoration Druid. Restoration Druid kept almost everything good that it had in Shadowlands. It has the Night Fae ability and the Necrolord ability. On top of that, it has a
Maybe
bunch
I
of
gotta
new
level
strong
my druid
passives.
then. I
Its
like healing
HPS
Mythic
is
Plus on my druid.
Main Resto Druid. I'm going
I've been
to
trying to
level
decide
Resto
my
Druid
ult, and I
first,
keep
which the
leaning
chat
towards
has
the druid
decided
again.
That means I'm gonna
Always
main
good
it.
fun on the druid.
But the class that I'm going to be leveling second and also possibly maining, that I'm also putting in the S tier, is
S tier?
Preservation Evoker. And speaking of damage, this class absolutely blasts. The rotation is incredibly simple. You have
I'm
virtually,
so
like,
happy
2
for
or
that,
3
'cause
buttons, and
Preservation
you're
is
doing
so fun to
insane
play.
amounts of damage.
It's
when
so
it comes to
fucking
that
fun.
burst healing, all of these new empowered spells that you have to charge up.
That echo
work
spell
so
they've come
well
up with is
because
just
you
so
can
cool to play around
anticipate
with.
those
It's got
big,
so much
unavoidable
variation.
bursts of damage, charge up a big one.
If you
use it,
like
have
healing,
lots of
preservation
really
is sick.
strong cooldowns.
It's really
On top
cool.
of that, while Evoker doesn't have Mark of the Wild and Battle Res, what it does have is Bloodlust. And it also has an interrupt that it doesn't cost that many points to
Okay,
spec it.
Evoker.
I actually don't care about being a dragon. So can you tell me if Mistweaver is viable or not?
Well, Mistweaver, in a spiritual sense, it is a dragon. You know, of the remaining healers, it's the closest that there is to being a dragon. I'm gonna place Mistweaver in the B tier. I feel like there's a definite gap between the two top healers and Mistweaver. Honestly, Mistweaver has been improved a lot in Dragonflight.
Expected,
The rotation
expected.
is
Oh,
a
don't
lot cleaner.
cry.
You have more instant casts you can use.
Don't cry.
Mistweaving is doing
Come
more damage. You're
on.
actually doing real
Don't
AoE
cry.
damage. However,
Mistweaver is fun.
just doesn't have those.
I have
really,
universally
really
praised
strong
Mistweaver
cooldowns.
throughout every expansion.
It's so much
super
on
fun to
GG,
play.
and if you're not able to get into melee to fist weave, your team is gonna blow up.
Okay, all right, sounds good. All right, what about priest? I really want to play priest, but which one should I play?
Yeah, so they made lots of changes to both Disc Priest and Holy Priest. It's hard to say what's better. Me personally, I would give a slight edge to Holy Priest. I'll put it in like the high B tier next to Mistweaver.
Oh, that's
Holy
not good.
Priest,
Oh my
I
God.
think, especially for pugging, is a very, very good pug healer. Like, Holy Priest is like made for just healing stupid and just spamming single target heals onto people who are standing and stuff and who don't know what's going on. It's also a very reactionary healer in that you can just kind of like
I bet
wait to
Disc
see what
is really gonna
happens and
like
push the
playing that
health bars up
Grievous
rather than
fucking-
needing to do any sort of prep.
What was
I think
it?
most people
Grievous
are
is something
probably
else?
gonna have an easier
Double
time
bleeds?
with Holy Priest in pugs,
Thumbs up.
especially than Disc Priest.
That's
I feel
gonna be a
it
thumbs up
struggles
play with the
a
Disc
lot in
Priest
the
out
same
there.
ways that
Burst, yeah,
Mistweaver
burst,
does,
Grievous
in that
bursting.
Its damage isn't quite on the same level as Druids and Evokers. Its party buff of Fortitude is nice,
Yeah,
but it's not
break
quite
out
as
the
good
Holy
as something
Priest.
like Mark of the Wild or Bloodlust. And on top of that, you just don't have a lot of really, really strong cooldowns. Divine Hymn is another cooldown that's very, very good in raid paired
Such.
with other healers, and not
Oh,
very
okay,
good in
okay.
five mans when
Where
you're
does he do
healing.
this?
What about this Shadow Disc Priest I've been hearing about from
Oh, the
an
Dark
expert
Disc
priest I know?
Priest. You know, people might get upset about me here, but I'm gonna put Disc Priest in the bottom of B tier. I think Disc Priest, the unfortunate part is Disc Priest is a lot like Mistweaver in the sense that its rotation got so improved. It feels so much better to play Disc Priest in Mythic Plus now because you're not spamming Shadow Men, you're not spamming Smite.
Not a
You have
good
lot of
look for
cool
the priest,
buttons
is it?
that actually feel like you're protecting your team and like
Not a
using
good look
shields
overall.
and turning damage into healing rather than just spamming Shadow Mend. However, again, it just runs into the same
A
problem.
lot of justification there.
Looking at some of these really tough tyrannical
All right,
bosses
Pally
on
or
some of the top
Shaman? I think
levels, I just
Pally
feel like
A,
Evoker or Druid
Shaman
have better
B?
tools to deal with them than a class like Disc Priest does.
Maybe
Alright,
A?
sounds good. Okay, what about Holy Paladin? I've been hearing really good things about Holy Paladin.
D? Crusher
especially from
goes
my
with a
friend
D?
Drogo.
Yeah,
He's a
Holy Paladins-
Paladin connoisseur.
Holy Paladins, I feel like, are always very passionate about their class. You know, they love it. They sneak in. They can kind of, you know, trick people. So it's hard to know how good Holy Paladins are at times. For me, I think I'm going to place Holy Paladin in the A tier. I consider it definitely a level above the healers below it in the sense that there's not too many encounters where I'm sitting on Holy Paladin and I feel like you're not able to heal it. On top of that, Holy Paladin is like the
Invoker's
king
at the top.
of utility
Invoker's
in
S
the
tier.
sense that you have so many different abilities that
All right.
have the...
Well, where did it
That's a
come?
great question.
Crusher goes with
You know,
a D.
Probably not. Anyway, so as the last healer, we're going to talk about Resto Shaman. And I'm going to put Resto Shaman in the top of B tier. Resto Shaman
you,
was
Crusher.
doing basically 0 damage and had a lot of problems in its talent tree early on in the beta. It's actually been getting buffed a lot. It received several damage buffs that were very big. It also received some small healing buffs. And
Unlucky.
it has quite
Nice
a
gamba.
few different builds that you can set up depending on how much party healing you need. I think when it comes to like your pug
No, I
experience,
say Shamans are
and
better than
keeping your
Priest.
party alive,
He's
I think
wrong.
you're actually going to have an easier time with Resto Shaman as you will.
Wrong. I disagree. Incorrect. 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 So yeah, I love these questions. This was great. These two are infallible. Thanks to this guy, I'm starting to ignore Crusher so much more in my day-to-day life, and overall my life has gotten better. Hard to argue with that. I mean, the comments are in Crusher on the internet, and it does appear that that is the case. I don't know what you want to... I don't know what you say. Is the one for rating? Max has probably done one, but I don't know how up to date it is. I imagine Max is focused on the... Oh, here we go. Oh, I've got stuff to do with Nupss. All right, last one. Okay, this is the Vault of the Incarnates DPS tier list from before any... This is from 5 days ago, so there's been changes since then. So, cast your mind back. Okay.
Did it. All right, now there's a lot of classes to get to. They've added another one for us this expansion as well, so we are going to try and head through with...
I'm sure in Raid, Hunter is totally fine. I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to be okay.
With some speed. Our first class up in the S tier is Havoc Demon Hunter, which right now it's just a tremendous damage dealer. The source of DPS that it's bringing. They got a nerf recently on beta in the final week of beta. There wasn't very much. The spec is still hard.
It didn't get its own
near
tier
the top
this
of
time. That's pretty good.
Not to mention the fact that the first one is bringing
That's pretty
Chaos
good.
Break.
I mean, again, they're like 5 to 7 slots. I mean, you need 2 or 3 of them to be classified as like, oh, okay, this is like ridiculously strong.
All right, let's talk about Warlocks next. We have 3 different Warlock specs.
Demonology.
One of them is an A tier. That is the Demonology Warlock. The next 2 are in B tier. That is Affliction and Destruction. Now, our tiering of these is a little bit... the 3 specs are tiered a little... Like, Demo and Destro,
now,
I'm not actually...
I want to be clear. The way they're doing this is on a class-by-class basis, which means Warriors are going to come a little bit later. That's okay, because they're still... the tier list doesn't matter, because they're doing it on a class-by-class basis.
Sure,
so.
which of these is going to be kind of the...
Likely to
nothing to worry about.
Soulstone, Reses,
honestly, summon Ritual of Summoning, TBH. Like, we had that week where we couldn't play with it in Castle Now 3. That was the worst week of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
all right.
Weird spec, or weird class.
Up next, we have the Druids. We have placed Balance in A and Feral in B, which is actually higher than Feral normally gets on lists like this. And Feral in general has just been looking good on the damage department in Dragonflight. Balance, on the other hand, I would say it's been sort of a downer patch cycle / beta cycle for them, but they are bringing Innervate, which is extremely valuable for your Discipline Priest if you're playing one, for your Mistweaver Monk potentially, right? That's a huge piece of value there. And they're just such an easy spec to slot into your raid roster. They bring you that Mark of the Wild, but also like just if you need somebody to go do a mechanic and
that's some good thinking.
Be far range away from the boss, they can bear form and live out there and do something, over super far away. They have a bunch of niche little pieces of utility. So the A there for Balance, I don't know how you feel about it, obviously as a Balance main. I know you've been doing a little bit of dooming on the spec, but that's why I think it still deserves an A.
I do dooming on the spec, but I actually think it's pretty, I think it's middle of the pack in raid, which means that it's good, right? Middle of the pack, it's kind of similar to the Warlock situation.
Oh,
where
I see. Tettles is here. Okay, what's happening here is Tettles can't shit on it on all sides, right? Otherwise, he's going to bench himself. So it's very important here that Tettles rides the line between asking for buffs and putting out the Moonkin's dog shit without actually accidentally benching himself in the eyes of his raid leader. This is a smart move by Tettles. This is a very smart move.
Oh, okay. So this is you have 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th slot not locked up in your raid roster.
Sussy.
You may as well slot in that second Moonkin because, again, you're not getting diminishing returns on really Innervate. Are you really ever upset to have another Stampeding Roar? No. So I think that multiple copies of the spec, especially whenever you have some of these range fights for ranged, you want a decent amount of ranged just fights in general. And so it's one of those situations where another copy of Moonkin is not too bad. Now,
I mean, of course, you want more ranged, right? So Hunter's definitely got to be higher up the list now, guys.
There could be potential for cheese on most fights, and I wouldn't be you shouldn't be shocked to see them. Again, they're melee though, so they're going to be slightly worse just at an innate level.
It's good.
All right, up next we have the Shamans. Here we have a little bit of an inversion where we've placed the melee in A and the ranged in B for our Shaman specs. Wind Fury Totem being one of the big reasons that enhancement has been so good since that's been introduced
very
in
helpful
9.0.
to the group,
a lot
Fingal.
of enhancement in different places, but also their damage in general has been looking pretty good. They took a 25% nerf about a month ago, but then they got more than half of that.
Very helpful to bring that Wind Fury Totem.
A series of buffs
if you're playing enhancement, you should be
supporting
your
group.
group.
They're still looking very solid on damage, and they add quite a bit of damage to your melee group, depending on which melee specs you're bringing through that Wind Fury Totem. The Wind Rush is
Yes,
taking a little bit
group.
of a nerf. It's now
All right,
substantial.
let's go next.
To be slightly behind in either damage or utility when compared to the A tier specs, but to still be frequent choices, which I think that fits Ellie well. Is it bad? No. Do you expect to see it be mandatory
Where's that
or
mouse
even
going?
preferred on every single fight? Also, no.
All right, up next we have the Rogues. We are placing Assassination in A, and we are placing Outlaw and Subtlety in B. Although
Oh, an
subtlety,
inversion.
subtlety
Rogues
in
gonna
B,
get to play all
maybe
three
even that
specs.
could be
That's
could be the
cool.
low end of B as well, where it's tough to be sure, because I do think that
That's cool.
Assassination is likely to be the primary rogue spec for, especially for the single target focused encounters. It's a spec that deals quite a bit of single target damage, and it has a lot of execute damage as well through the Zoldyck training node on its tree. That is a lot of execute damage for the
Pre-nerf
spec.
though.
Assassination is also one of
Unlucky.
have a great immunity, short cooldown,
Oh,
talented
lucky.
to cheat death, talented to
No
faint,
lock in
and
S
faint
tier.
upgrade
No.
as well.
Fury
So,
Warrior will be
good
an
spec.
S tier though.
Really good
it
class.
is a spec that
Fury Warrior
shouldn't die
brings
very much.
consistent
but
damage,
yeah, that's our
on
explanation
demand
behind our
burst,
tier,
great
yeah.
survivability
that's
through
reasonable.
raid
All
damage.
right, next
type
class we're going to talk
mechanics.
about is Mage. Now, we've placed all three Mage specs into the B tier,
Okay.
but it is a situation where we're not sure here. If I had to guess, I'd say
Okay.
it's probably end up being
Definitely
a
getting
Mage
busy in
spec
the
that
B
pulls
tier.
ahead on most fights. I kind of think
Fury Burst is good.
I don't know.
It seems like it's arcane. So
The thing is, it's okay. You go ahead and do your bit about Arcane.
So Arcane is actually fairly strong with like their burst cooldown window, and which is like normally fairly solid for raid because you have things that are so scripted, and so Arcane's
Can't
not
be that if you're in B tier, you got owned. B
going to
tier
lose
is
as
fine.
much from like super scripted cooldowns.
I got
In
owned.
addition to that, it seems like there's
I'm
single
not
target
S tier.
performing. We can come back and just change
This is
it. Later.
terrible.
Check the Wowhead post, see if we've moved these mages, because I do think there's a good chance that we will see these three
B
mage
is only
specs,
dog
one
shit
move to
if
A and one
Fury
move
is
to
in
C.
B.
I could see.
Is
I could
certainly a
actually see that.
possibility.
I could see that happening. Yeah.
In which case,
All right,
B
next
is fine.
class to discuss here is the Shadow Priest, the only DPS spec of the Priest. We're putting that in B as well. Damage is actually quite good on the Shadow Priest. You are bringing power infusion as well,
Yeah.
and unlike Shadowland Shadow Priest, Dragonflight Shadow Priest brings the Twins legendary basically for free. All of them will have that on their class talent tree.
Do you think
and
Hunters
so
are
they'll
going to
be
be
able
just
to power
C and D?
infuse not just themselves, but somebody else as well. And that represents quite a bit of
B
extra
for
damage.
boring? No
Power
way.
infusion side of thing, multiple power infusions could be compelling for fights where you need it for burst windows. On the other hand, there is diminishing returns, right? The second and third and fourth power infusions are going to find less good targets than the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got it in B here. We'll see how that ends up turning out. Next class is Evoker, where we are placing their DPS class or their DPS spec Devastation, also in the B tier.
Dude, Devastation Evoker has some really good fights designed for them, right?
Yeah, I mean, this spec
You're
does
okay.
pretty well
You're
when it
alright.
gets to
You're
have.
okay.
It's usually
You're okay.
No idea. Yeah, the Razvath could totally be like that.
Now, all of the bosses that we had for raid testing, none of them are like, okay, you can't play an Evoker because
Everyone
of the
to
range
be.
on this fight.
Yeah, indeed. The range thing ended up being much more of a concern for the healers.
Come
the healer
on,
range
Hunters.
is longer than the DPS range. Still, I would
Now's
say
your
it's much
time.
more likely
Hey,
to be
maybe
the
Hunters will
problem
reach
for
B
preservation
tier.
than for
It'd be pretty
devastation.
awesome.
Anyways, up next we have the Hunter. Hunter is we placed Beast Mastery in B,
Okay.
They got B.
and then the other specs we have very bad news. We are placing Marksmanship in D and Survival in C.
Okay.
Now,
A very generous C.
yeah, and potentially a generous D as well. This is
Hey,
this
Hunters have
is
a generous
a
D.
class that is struggling both in raid and in M+.
Something
In
to
M+,
think about.
it's struggling on defenses. In raids, it's also struggling on defenses against rot damage. This is a class that tends to require the most healing of any DPS class, right? If you look at, you can go look in logs, you can go to the damage taken tab, you can change it to EHRPS, effective healing required per second.
Yeah.
And you will see the Hunters generally near the top of that list. There have been fights where last year where Hunters have been above.
It's gotta be
tanks
fine. It's gotta be
In
fine.
this
You're
metric.
getting buffed,
Blood
guys.
Death
You're
Knights,
getting
to be
buffed.
fair, but
It's
still,
fine.
it's
It's
one
fine.
that
Nothing to
top
worry
guilds
about.
even gear.
Nothing to worry
It's one of
about.
those situations that if you start looking for a spec to drop,
On a
when you're
separate
looking
note,
at, like,
though,
raid
if
bosses,
everybody who's
the
coming
Beastmaster
through
Hunter
heroic
is normally going to be
progression,
very high on that list because they don't have like
in a week or so
cooldowns assigned
could,
for specific points of the fight that matter.
All right, up next we have the Windwalker Monk. We're also placing this one in that B
Never
tier,
mind. I
which
won't just say it. It don't matter.
is
Something
a.
else.
It's interesting because throughout beta, this looked really good on some boss fights, and there are several boss fights where I think this will be a really strong pick. Any of the cleave-oriented encounters, I think Windwalker is looking really good for. But the spec single target
Come on,
is
Fury's
somewhat
got to
worrying
be
to me,
A tier,
and there
right?
are a lot of melee classes that we've already placed in
Massive
the S and A
damage,
tier, which means
rallying
the melee
cry,
spots on those encounters
Bish
might be
bosh.
limited. So I'm a little bit worried about it for potentially Razageth and for those harder fights being
They're not gonna
like we
make a
saw
new
in
tier for
we saw
Warrior.
in Sanctum of Domination, right? You play Windwalker, it was pretty good on a lot of the fights.
Yeah.
Gets dropped for Sylvanas, right? And that ends up being something that I'm a little bit worried about that.
No,
Tank tier list,
no,
we'll talk
yeah.
about
look,
that,
I will
though.
never
Dude,
deny anyone because of the class
we're gonna
they
say all
play.
these things about Remaster
There
Monk,
might
then
be
Mirror's gonna
better
show up on
choices.
Remaster Monk Day 1 again, like
But
he
that
did
doesn't mean I'm
after
denying you
Everybody's
because
like,
of the
"Wait,
class you're playing.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of guy.
All right. Well, let's talk about DPS Death Knights. Now, we've placed both DPS Death Knight specs in B as well, although I initially wanted a little bit lower for, I think, for Frost. Yeah, you pulled me up to be on Frost.
I lobbied super hard for Frost to be higher. I actually think that Frost is some of the highest 2 to 4 target damage in the game right now, and so there are a lot of AoE fights that I think that Frost is going to really excel on. Their Breath of Sindragosa build
B is
specifically in
good.
Raid
B is middle
does
ground.
a lot of damage.
That's where
and
you
then,
want to
like,
be.
they have things like
You're
Chill
not-
Streak and
you're
whatnot.
not worried about getting
and
your
then
ass
I think
nerfed
it's
if
Cold
you're in
Heart.
B.
Is the other name of the ability? With the chain
If you're in
spikes
S,
damage.
you're in
that's cool.
fucking
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
Like, historically speaking, Havoc Demon Hunters, you should be hiding under a fucking bed right now. Right? If you're a Havoc Demon Hunter, you fucking better watch out because Uncle Blizz is coming and he's bringing his baseball bat. And you're going to be in fucking trouble. Right? A's a really nice place to be. But if you're in the S tier, certainly in both lists, you're getting a paddling. That's all I'm saying.
Their
You're
2
getting a
target damage
paddling.
is incredibly powerful. Now, the downside is that they don't have any raid buffs, and so it's really difficult to bring them in a lot of situations. They do have a
AMZ would have been a nice
poison.
spell. But that Liquid Max.
The mobility mostly, though, a huge downside for the class.
Okay.
All right. Up next, let's see. We've done Shaman, we've done Warlock. So up next, we have Paladin, Retribution Paladin, which we are tiering in C off of, the cleave, not bad. Single target not looking especially fantastic
Warriors
for the
lost?
Ret
Oh, no.
right?
So you may look at this and
Warriors
you're like,
left.
oh, okay. Well, they actually ranked this in A
sad.
tier for their M+ tier list. They
Sad.
talked about how good it is on
Big
AoE.
sad.
Now, whenever you're looking at this for raid in particular, their single target damage is really bad with the raid build that they're running. And then like a lot of the reasons that they were good in M+ is because they're able to press consecration and do a lot of damage just with that consecration kind of build.
I'm just saying,
For raid,
Havoc Demon
their
Hunters.
single target damage is just so bad in particular, and they're not able to really leverage that AoE in a meaningful way.
History
You
speaks
talked
for
about how
itself, my
DKs
friends.
were
History
going to be
speaks for
struggling
itself.
if it was going to come down to their single target damage. Ret Pally is just that, except it's even more expanded to the point where
All right,
they
I
are a
can't
lot
wait
worse on
anymore.
single
Come on.
target.
Come on.
It
Come on.
becomes increasingly hard
Come
to
on.
invest in a spec like Ret Paladin for
A tier.
a top rating
A
team.
tier.
All right.
A tier.
Our final class to take a look at is Warrior. Now, we've tiered both Warriors in C. It's pretty ambitious, I would say, to put both Warrior specs down here into the C tier because DPS Warrior is one of the more common things because they've got Rally, they've got Battle Shout. That being said, Prot Warrior is looking quite good. Prot
Yeah.
Warrior as your source of Battle Shout, I think, is going to be a pretty common way to get that, which means you maybe don't need it from your DPS Warriors. So your DPS Warriors are potentially instead just bringing the second and the third Rallying Cry, which
You don't know
is
shit,
good,
Dranos.
but it's
You
no
even play
longer
this game?
insane.
You even play this game?
These two specs do
He doesn't know
have slightly
anything. He
different
doesn't know
problems with
anything.
them.
Fucking
For arms,
clueless
it's a case of
YouTubers going
either I'm
around with the
building for
little
single
tailless
target
meme
or I'm building
makers.
for AoE,
I haven't
and
got
on
a
these
fucking
encounters that
idea
have
what's
some of
happening.
both, I'm
No
not looking
clue.
all that hot.
No
I very
fucking
much
clue.
need to be in a group with a enhancement shaman to be doing good damage as well.
I could not be 2 tiers below Fingal. That's insane. That just makes no fucking sense at all. 2 tiers below a Moonkin, right? Do a tier list. Easy, right? There we go. Okay, here we go. Right, so based on what I've seen in Mythic 0 so far, S tier, Unholy DK, Fury Warrior, yeah, goes without saying. And then Demonology Warlock was bottom tier. I did more damage than Tom on my Prot Warrior in the DPS race. Enhancement, I haven't seen anybody good play it, so I have to put that in D as well. How do I add a new rank to this? I need to create a new row. Where's my row maker? Have I got one of these? No. Frost DKs. Yeah, demo sucks balls. That's true. Only Finn has done this. So Feral Druid C tier, pretty garbage. New row. Okay, here we go. Excellent. All right. So what we need here is new row. Yeah, good. New one. No one plays these because they're not in anything that we do. So in there is all mages. No one plays mage anymore. Arms warriors go in there too. Hunters, obviously, they all go in those. No one plays them. I've only seen one rogue, and that's Kenny. So sub goes in there. Assassination. Kenny, obviously, god tier. He goes up here. Frost DK. Haven't seen one. Not talking about that. Windwalker, A tier. Ellie. Yeah, Ret Paladin. Haven't even seen a Ret Paladin. Aflock, not seen any of those. Not seen a Moonkin. Not seen a Destruction Warlock. Havoc is like pretty average and nobody should touch it. I got you, fam. Shadow Priest is definitely S tier. They're all bitching and whining. In fact, let's add a row here, which will be God tier, but they bitch like they're hunters. Okay, that's that tier. So that would be Shadow, and that would be Moonkins actually belong in there. Yeah, Moonkins belong up there. Yeah, for sure. And then Ellie is like B tier. There you go. Right, there you go. Nailed it. Pretty simple tier list. Evoker doesn't even exist. Yeah, there you go. Sorted, right? How is Ellie above Enhance? I've only seen Fingal play Enhancement, and I honestly, for like a good 3 hours, I thought my damage meter was broken because I just couldn't see him on there. I thought they changed the color or something. It just turns out that was Enhance. So it was truly unfortunate. Go back 10 seconds on the Dratnos video.
Off of the need different problems with them. For arms, it's a case of either I'm building for single target or I'm building for AoE, and on these encounters that have some of both, I'm not looking all that hot. I very much need to be in a group with a enhancement shaman to be doing good damage as well off of the Wind Fury totem. So if we cut that, then we got to cut me too. Fury, on the other hand, can actually swap between single target and AoE on fights that have both, but the overall damage there is what I'm worried about for that class or for that spec.
Dude, whenever you're going through raid testing and you're just like, somebody's like,
you know, I find these lists personally offensive. Literally useless class without me. Have you even decided a main, Finn? That's what I want to know, right? Do you know what I mean? Maybe next expansion. I'm tanking anyway. I am contributing to the raid group in the way that I think is best. And that is going to be a bolstered, stalwart tank, S tier carry machine. All right? That's what I'm going to be doing. An unkillable tank. The raid is saved. And it's thanks to me. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Prot's going to get paddled. I mean, it did get nerfed. You're not a bad guy. You're not. You're fine. Shh. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, don't listen to these people. You got to be absolutely fine. You're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Pretty sure I said anyone can play Prot, so hope for you, yeah. Prot survivability is a bit more rough tomorrow. I think, I said the nerf already live. I think they hotfixed it in. It felt like it before when I did a little bit of tanking stuff. That was good. And as always, for anybody who didn't understand, tier lists should always be taken with enormous grains of salt. because it doesn't actually matter for 99% of all players. Shouldn't matter. I always have to put that in there because somebody gets genuinely very upset about things like that. You get better FPS or Valdraken than you do? Cool, man. I'm salty. Too salty. Too salty. Someone always gets generally upset about tier lists. It's the reason I stopped making them. I researched the shit out of them and generally was pretty bang on, and still people got really upset about it. Like, we just like flat out stopped making them. It was like, yeah, they get a shit ton of views, but I'm not going through it. I'm not going through it. Yeah, there'll be no... I need a drink. I'm salty as fuck. I don't know why. Sadly, personal feelings, own facts. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry. Have you seen Now's tier list? This is the only viable tier list. No. That was the first time we looked at any tier lists. I can feel my hands carrying already. If you made them correctly, people surely would. The problem is they changed the game so much, right? It was the same reason I stopped making guides. Is you could say something yesterday and it's out of date in 2 days. They're constantly tweaking and fixing and turning knobs and all that kind of stuff. They're like always doing it. So what are we getting tomorrow? Tank classes now generate more threats. Thank God. Demon Hunters nerfed. Havoc nerfed. Havoc nerf. Restoration Druid nerfed. Hunters nerfed. But Explosive Shot rising. Barrage rising. All damage increased by 10% for Marksman. 25% damage on Ricochet instead of 10%. Oh, yeah. Survival. All damage buffed by 5%. Fire Mage. All damage increased. Brewmaster. Gaining more HP. Mistweaver. Getting buffed on some damage. Healing buffs. So Mistweaver buffs. Prot Pally, Aegis of Light now grants 50% increased stamina and more armor. Another 15% armor. Mind Spike now currently has a visual. Shadow has been removed from the game. It's probably time. Zagorate cooldown increased to 3 minutes, was 45 seconds, and the bleed effect magnitude reduced to 80%, was 100%. Okay. Resto Shaman buffed by 5% all healing spells. That's pretty good. Acid Rain increased by 50%. Arms Warrior. Fueled by Violence now heals for 85% damage done by... oh, that's fixed. Fury Warrior. Nothing. 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 Alright, this makes no sense, Blizzard, right? This makes no sense. Where's my phone? I need to call my homie Ian and get this squared away. Right? Needs to get this squared away real quick, like. You know what I mean? Time to re-roll DH. I don't think that's the play. I don't think that's the play. Oh my god, don't send me DMs. Don't start Discord DMing me. Oh, that's toxic. Okay, I know DH needs a buff fighter, right? Yeah, I'm all over it. Schematic says £5. Hi all. This is a PSA. Please do not pay attention to tier lists. Tier lists are great. Tier lists are the best. This is how you know if you're going to get buffed or nerfed or whatever. This is how you find out. DH will be nerfed as soon as people switch. I mean... yeah, switching is a bad idea. Switching is a very bad idea. You don't want to do that. No re-rollers. Does this go blue?
Till we meet again.
What's the community thing in the top left? It's a WeakAuras to track those kinds of things. Keep your sanity and don't pay attention to any tier list. I'll have you know I'm very highly invested at this point. I'm very highly invested. Like, the tier list has decided all. I do want to change my prot talents, though. I don't want shield charge. What else can I get? I don't want it. I want to try something else. We got like a cheat death, sort of. Shield wall cooldown. Have we got any varied builds? I mean, shield charge does... What does it do for me? It does damn and a slight stun. It generates 40 rage. It's 20% more damage. Gives me shield block, the revenge proc, and more rage. I just don't feel like I'm struggling for rage there, though. That's the thing. So I'm always like kind of flooded and having to spam revenge to kind of dump rage. That might change in raids, though. Mayhaps. Yeah, I just feel like I have too much rage to utilize its like weave in between. Like, I already get enough from demo shout. I just want to know what I'm missing out on. Is this the group one? Does everyone? Also removes the fear effects from group. Oh, I mean, this one only removes the fear in 12 yards. Yeah, it's not that good. It's not like a proper group-wide fear break. It's a 12-yard jobber. Yeah, it's not super good. I feel kind of like a bad person because I've not actually checked any of my talents properly. I think I would swap between these. In Mythic Plus. Can anyone see a reason for Shattering Throw? Yeah, I'm talking about PvE. Is there any bosses that put up like big absorb shields where this might be worthwhile? Which raid boss does? No, not in Neltharius' last boss. Isn't that just taken down by the items in the room, though? Like, to take that talent for the entire run. To... Even though you get the items in the room to do it. Yeah, I can't see a good reason for it. Unless there's a raid boss that does some sort of absorb. I don't see it happening. I really don't. There's always needs to damage the shield to interrupt or something. I'm trying to think. We tested everything except the last boss, didn't we? Wait, is it not showing the dungeon journal? Why are all the... Oh, there we go. Sorted. Oh, that's kind of dope, actually. That's kind of fucking dope. I really like that axe. I'm going to need 2 of those, though. I'm going to need 2 of those. Okay. Oh, you get the shield off the first boss. That's cool as well. Stomp the ground, commanding range to flame it outward from your position, dealing fire damage split between all enemies and stuck granting you a 66k shield for 30 seconds. After delay the flame's return, dealing the same damage and refreshing the shield. Hey, this loot is pretty good. Very rare. What's this very rare stuff? A random higher item level item that can drop? Does every boss have this? A sub 1%? That seems too rare, right? Like the Sylvanas bow. Okay. I actually don't mind this. I think this looks pretty fucking cool. Don't you guys think this looks pretty fucking cool? I can't be the only one who thinks this actually looks decent. I think it looks fucking great. The boots don't really work. It looks like Ice Crown junk. No way. I think it looks pretty fucking sweet. Check the belt. Yeah, it's great. PvP sets of fire. I think it's pretty good. Right, time for me to go. So I need to go see Mr. Chris. So I'm going to go and do that. LFR is the best coloring. Well, if you like that and you're in luck, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, let's go say hi to Robin. Ask him for his WeakAuras. Yeah. Ask him for his WeakAuras. We all need them. We want his quality WeakAuras to share with the world and planet. All right. Give him our love, ladies and gents. And I'll see you all in the morning for reset day. Reset tomorrow. We're going to get greedy.